at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honey's. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honey's to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honey's experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honey's.
I was rolling my rig on a Crescent City run with my hands on the wheel looking into the sun. With a flash, I became temporarily blind by a plate glass truck I was tailing behind. Next thing I know, I'm in the side of a ditch with a bent rear wheel and a broken off hitch. But I was hauling again in just a short while, because Truck Star Collision is on my speed dial. Do you operate a fleet, whether it's heavy-duty 18-wheelers or medium-duty delivery vans? And does vehicle downtime make you cringe? Time is money, and a fleet vehicle on the sideline hurts, because you need your fleet to be up and running 100% of the time. If one of your heavy or medium-duty fleet vehicles is out of commission, Truck Star Collision Center in Deerfield will get it back on the road quickly. Since Truck Star is a full-service facility, the complete repair is done in-house, saving you time and money. And remember, they're able to repair both heavy and medium-duty vehicles. Truck Star Collision Center, minutes off I-94 in Deerfield. Call 888-400-1002 or log on to truckstarcollision.com.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, the heartbeat of our show, Mr. Optimism for the Green Bay Packers, Brad Nortman, 6-year NFL punter. Homeboy Chris running the show. We are now excited to be joined by what you will hear next on 100.5 ESPN Madison from 4 to 6. That is Rutledge and Hamilton featuring Jim Rutledge and former Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton.
Will they take my medal away?
Once an Olympic medalist, always an Olympic gold medalist.
Once you lose in the third medal game, or the bronze medal game in the next Olympics, you get the gold stripped from you.
Ah, fair.
Big talk from a guy who also finished fourth. Like, this is what I don't understand.
But that's the highlight of his career.
But I don't go around saying Ben Brust Final Four participant.
But you didn't finish fourth. You finished, what do you say, third or fourth?
Well,
it's T3.
Yeah, T3. That's better than you.
It's T3. I'll give that to you.
But he also won a gold medal. Like, that's the other part of it that Ben did not win.
No, not really. I mean, kind of.
Semantics.
Yeah, it's so facts. So we have a question for both of you.
Yeah.
Over under 1.5 wins the next 4 games for the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, I'm hitting the under on this. I'm a Bears fan, and I was watching them last night, and they won. And I was like, you know what I like about Chicago media is everyone was writing like, this is still a bad football team, and they're not going to win a lot of games. And I think Green Bay is having a hard time wrapping the brain around it. This is not a good football team. And if they went 3-5 against the soft part of their schedule, most likely, best case scenario, they're going to do the same thing going the rest of the way. They're not a good football team. I think they're going to lose their tough games and then win some cupcakes at the end against teams that are bad / don't care. So, no, I think the Packers are going to get embarrassed over the next few weeks. I think they might go 0-4.
Do the Green Bay suck? Does that suck? Does that get you excited to say
Yeah,
that?
Actually, now that Jim talked about being a Bears fan, this is embarrassing
Which
for
took
you,
all
Jim.
about 10 seconds to get into.
Oh, it's about as embarrassing as the Bears still suck chant. I mean, that's lame. No,
Yeah,
very
but
lame.
like true.
It's super lame.
When you actually
Super lame.
suck,
Yeah, but the Packers do too now. So like that's the thing. So like both
1
teams
year
are
races. 1 year races 30 years.
Why not?
See, that's the issue.
You know,
that is why Bears fans are the worst.
One franchise had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks and did almost the bare minimum you could do with them, and the other franchise just hasn't had that luck. So you got the Willy Wonka golden ticket twice and did just above bupkis with it, and then you're talking like you're the New England Patriots. You could have been, but instead, you just won 2 over 20-some years with 2 top 10 quarterbacks of all time. So you're right. I apologize.
Yeah.
You got one more Super Bowl in your lifetime than me.
Yeah, you must have had a lot of fun watching the Bears teams over those last 30 years, huh? Man, do your kids like the Bears too or no?
Yeah, because it's always better being a Bears fan than a Packers fan.
Actually,
that part is unquestionable.
Jim has his kids conditioned to not even put green and yellow together as like a color combination.
That's just good fashion. That's just good fashion.
We need to go ahead and call Child Protective Services.
No, you got pea yellow and grass clipping green. Like those aren't good colors. Like that's just a bad color combo. I have 2
because
girls.
those orange
Why
jerseys
would they want to wear those?
The color rush jerseys are bad, but I'm not going to throw the Bears uniforms in general under the bus. The navy and orange isn't terrible.
No, it's trash. It is absolute trash.
The
seal on the helmet is toilet seat that represents Chicago.
The Packers are green and gold, and their color is like hangover pea yellow. I don't understand. Why have actual gold?
My hangover pea is like orange.
Wait, here's the thing, though, Jim. You can have the colors. You can have the colors. I'll have the victories.
Some water, my boy.
Yeah, the thing that actually matters.
Kyle's still fired up. Yeah, I'm super dehydrated.
We got a lot of dehydrated
I don't know the last time I've seen white pea.
Someone check on Ben. If it's orange, someone check on Ben Bros.
Yeah.
It's very scary. It is very scary. I'm like,
Stop
holy
drinking
cow,
so much
mix it in
Gatorade
water,
or whatever.
dude.
Does it stink?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh! It is
smells
horrible.
Your blood pressure
All
must
right.
be
I'm
nuts.
sure we got a
Drink
lot
some
of
water,
doctors
bro.
listening to
Electrolytes.
ESPN Wisconsin. Someone give Ben a call and just help him out because that's actually a concern from all of us. We need that. We've now turned this into an intervention about Ben Brust.
Yeah, just a Sunday wellness check would be good. Just a Sunday 10 a.m. Ben, do you need some water?
A Friday cross. I moved you guys to a Friday crosstalk because I thought it'd be fun. I don't want it to be an intervention on my own show.
That's a good point.
You know what, though? I just took my oldest to the doctor, and they asked a lot of questions about, like, how I am as a parent. We might have to start asking Ben questions like, hey, do you have a regular bedtime? How much water do you drink? Do you like vegetables? Are you eating okay? How much screen time do you get?
Just because we want
I actually don't know the last time I got a physical, so that might not be a bad exercise.
You're in your 30s, man. You got to get a physical.
I don't want to do this crosstalk for a long time, Ben. We're just looking out for your well-being.
I haven't had a physical since I stepped foot into the University of Wisconsin.
Oh, well, you need to turn your head to the left and cough. That's what you need to do unless somebody jangle them things.
Too many things have gone off the rails, Ben, that you need to check in. Someone needs to make sure you're okay.
Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace, Matt Hamilton, and Jim Rutledge. Who's putting the rubber glove on?
Hey, we're not doctors.
Exactly.
We're not signing up for this role.
Trying to get some pleasure
from us. Segment we have. We do have a Dr. Rutledge segment.
That is fair. But I only pretend to be a doctor.
And you kind of look like you could be a doctor if you just threw on a nice polo, some khaki pants, and like a doctor overcoat.
This is Matt expertly trying to get out of trying to deliver an exam to Ben Brust.
You're volunteering Jim for it.
We should be upset that Ben just asked us which one of us wanted to touch his testicles. We should be upset about that.
No, not the testicles, the prostate exam.
Hey. You wanted to dig in, my goodness.
I mean, I thought we were doing a physical.
Yeah, again,
it sounds like you're trying to get a kink out.
Ben went right to that, too. Right to it.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Ben, they do look in your ears. They look in your eyes. They test your breathing. Like, why do we got to jump right to it?
Heart. Like, there's a lot of other things
can we work our way up to it, Ben? Can we not just jump right into it? Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can start with the questions on paper, like how many drinks do you have this
Maybe
in a given week?
or something.
All right.
Get some ambiance.
So I am 32, so 18 has been
that's
14 years since a physical.
That's a long time.
That is entirely too long.
Way too long.
Yeah. That's
No wonder I've had so many tummy issues over the last 5 years.
You don't know what's going on in there.
No, nobody does. Nobody's
your
taking a look.
process like, I'm not going to see anyone about this. I'll just ride it out.
Yeah.
If you're still calling it a tummy,
wait a minute.
you need somebody to be checking on you regularly.
Have you seen someone that's not a pediatrician? Like,
probably has. He has not gone to the doctor as an adult. You have no primary physician. That's what you're saying.
No, I mean, no. Not in Wisconsin.
How do you take? How do you take a job and pay for health insurance and not once think to myself, oh, maybe I should just go get a physical or something like that?
Yeah, nothing else, get your money's worth out of it.
Right.
Yeah, well,
have a good time. Light a candle.
Yeah.
All right. I get it. We can.
You got a child on the way.
Next
You
Friday.
gotta go,
You need
man.
some life
Make sure you're
insurance.
good.
You get that
Oh
too.
no, that life insurance exam's gonna be bad.
Oh yeah,
That's easy.
Those premiums are going to be skyrocketed.
Just lie.
So how about next Friday?
You're a risk.
So far, you guys are 0 for 1 in delivering. We asked you for a song to lead into the Madison Hour.
I think honestly, the one you just played, I think would be perfect.
I picked one for them, and I heard that that's the song that they now play from their 4 to 5 o'clock hour every day.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
we
stole Highway
we tried
Tune?
it. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
we like it.
They stole Highway Tune, and that's that's their 4 to 5 o'clock.
So if Jim likes what we played, Chris, what do we play? Do you even know?
Oh, is the Higher Love coming back?
Yeah, Higher Love, which was for a long time here on Rutledge and Hamilton when we were 2 to 4. That was our Friday song in honor of Scalzo and Bruss used to have their Friday song, so we had a Friday song, and it was Higher Love because you get a good mood for it.
As a panel, Kyle, Bruss, and Orban?
No, I didn't like it. That's not hype enough. It's
All right, it's got to be a majority decision.
Okay. Yeah, I think we need something more.
Brad,
Yes.
get it together.
You like Higher Love?
Vote correctly.
For this song?
No, Higher Love.
Oh,
I want higher love.
I don't know. I don't think it's enough for a Friday.
Not enough.
All right, I got to see a doctor. They got to do their show. Rutledge and Hamilton, 4 to 6 in Madison. We're with you till 5 on ESPN Milwaukee. Later, boys.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
Hey, this is Craig Karmazin. Join Kyle Wallace and me every Sunday morning for Sunday Karma on a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is. And I'm Alex Stroh, your Sports Center update, brought to you by Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania, the semifinals tonight. As number 7, Cinderella Stoughton takes on Grafton. Join Jesse Nelson and the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrat, beginning at 6:30 right here on 100.5 ESPN. And don't pay money for a video stream. Watch it free and live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Again, coverage starts tonight, 6:30 p.m. Huge sports weekend for the state of Wisconsin. We'll work backwards from Sunday as the Green Bay Packers head to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Pittsburgh listed as 3.5-point favorites. Hey, Matt LaFleur, should we be concerned about Jair Alexander not practicing this week?
I'd say so. 2 days in a row not practicing.
Yikes. That's the head coach, Matt LaFleur. We'll see what happens with Jair Alexander. Pre-game coverage starts with Green Bay Game Day beginning at 9 a.m. on Sunday. Badgers take on Northwestern tomorrow in football at Camp Randall Stadium. Bucky, a 9.5-point favorite. 2:30 kickoff in that one. And a top 10 team in the country coming to town tonight as the Wisconsin men's hoops team hosts number 9 Tennessee. 8 o'clock tip on Peacock.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton.
People like me.
That's some booty, Jim.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Everyone is so mean to me.
I am Jim Rutledge.
You never go full Rutledge.
There is not a lot of things more satisfying than watching a bush.
Adult film stars Matt Hamilton.
Did that bull turn into steaks?
I shot that bull 2 days later.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
It's Friday! In like 20 minutes, it'll be Rutledge After Dark because the clocks have changed. But for now, Matt Hamilton.
Just Rutledge After Dark?
Rutledge and Hamilton After Dark.
Thank
I am
you.
shocked because you're here.
What? Okay.
My apologies. You are here, Matt Hamilton.
I am in studio.
It's been a long time. I would have given you a hug if you had come in for a hug, but you did not.
Well, I know how you like your space. You like your personal bubble to be as wide as possible. So I just figured I'd do what you wanted the most and just leave you be.
You are a nice fella, but I did miss you in the studio, Matt Hamilton. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. The Mountain Blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
It is a Friday, which means it is a Fish Friday, which means if you are inclined, you could go out and get yourself a fish fry somewhere and enjoy some Dancing Goat while you do that.
Do you think it's intentional that Real Big Fish is the band playing this song right now, too, on a Fish Friday?
What do you know? I think that might have something to do with it.
Just worked out that way.
But we have Alex Strofe. Remember him?
Return of the King.
Yeah. What up, boys? Good to see you.
What the
That
hell?
is not the intro I was hoping for.
McLovin back there.
Yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant here to rock your socks off from 4 to 6.
Good to see. Wait, you just wait till Strofe After Dark beginning at 4:20 p.m. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
When did he turn into McLovin? It's honestly like
I don't know, but I love it.
Remember the scene in Superbad where he's like, you pick the name, it's McLovin?
Yeah.
That's kind of how we were with Mr. Irrelevant. You get to pick any name out there, and you went with Mr. Irrelevant?
Hey, he's owning it. He
is Mr. McLovin Irrelevant, Alex Strofe.
Mr. McRelevant.
There you go, 844-770-3776. How you get into the show? Shout out to Kathy Hamilton, had a birthday yesterday. You gave her a shout out, but she deserves 2 to be your mom.
Yeah,
You weren't
shout
even
out,
nice
Kathy.
about it yesterday. Did you get any guff for how mid your happy birthday to your mom was?
No, she hadn't turned it. She hadn't heard it yet, so she turned us off. She got us
That's
first.
probably better.
She didn't even wait around to hear me try and wish happy birthday. And
It was not great.
It was
That's
not
what
my best happy birthday.
It was not, but it was also not your best performance. Today's Fish Friday, and again, we're going to have fish music throughout the show. And we had fish, real big fish in the open, and a lot of double entendre with Fish Friday. I did not know that Fish Friday was also going to mean Matt Hamilton fell for a phishing email today.
Oh, my gosh.
On Friday. And honestly,
I hate phishing emails.
Yes.
They are so dumb. The fact that I didn't catch on to it really bums me out.
But here's the
that's
thing.
what gets me the most. The thing is, this is an email, and I found out today, the wording verbatim goes out to multiple people. So it's not even special to me. Are you going to set this up?
Yeah, I'm going to set this up for you.
Set it up.
Our company, for whatever reason, is relentless. But I mean, I feel like at times on certain days I get more phishing emails than I do the simulated phishing emails than I do real emails from human beings because they're relentless with it. And you have to watch, I swear to God, 25 minutes of video a year. It's the same one. Everyone does the same thing, and it skips to the end and then just answers the question because the questions are inane. I mean, honestly, if you can't answer these questions without watching the video, you should just be fired.
Right.
But
if you receive a suspicious email, should you 1, click it, 2, save it and never touch it, or 3, report it to IT?
We talking about practice.
Come on.
Right. If the owner of the company,
if you can read, you can answer these questions correctly.
If the owner of the company texts you from a number that's not his and asks you for $10,000, should you send it to them?
Yes. And that's when I get knocked with phishing.
So right.
Do you believe?
So Matt Hamilton got today, and I will say Strofe's got once, I got once as well, and I do think because they're so relentless that it is almost unfair because our company is trying to fish us more than outside sources are trying to fish us. It is
our company tries to fish us more than I get any other email.
That's what I was saying.
I get one every day.
Yeah,
every single day.
And it is really
bad.
insane. Yes.
So I don't know how you got caught. You think Jesse Nelson's emailing you about snacks?
So let's set it up here.
That's a text message.
But here's the background, though. Matt Hamilton, because here's what we're really learning. Matt Hamilton is in his feelings about how much people take his snacks.
No, I'm not in my feelings about it. I approve of it. But when I got an email about the snacks and that GKB... another version of GKB, which should have been the red flag. We are called a Good Karma Brands. This came from Good Karma Broadcasting,
which is an old name for the company, which is extra tricky.
Of the company?
But still, not the name of the current company, so that should have been a red flag for me. I was never a part of the company when it was called a Good Karma Broadcasting, right? So, and I've had all these snacks that people have been scooping. Even when I'm not here for a week, snacks on my desk get taken. No problem with that. That's why I brought them in. I even told people, hey, I brought in snacks. They're in the top drawer of my desk. That's not an issue. I thought Jesse was just like, hey, Matt, I know you've been providing snacks to the office. There's a budget now for it. Go online, do this like Survey Monkey, essentially, is what I thought, like a little survey. I've got friends who will do this for What Should We Do Friday night, and they'll send out like a link to a survey.
When have you ever provided snacks for the company? You've like brought in a bag of pork rinds and been like, hey guys, help yourself.
What are you talking about? I bought like 2 bags of pork rinds, a box of cookies. Like, there's been snacks in there.
$8 worth of snacks, man. Better fill out a survey.
It's been like a couple times in a row, right? I've got snacks. Help yourself. I'm not saying I'm the snack king, but
yeah, you are.
I was saying if anyone was going to be referred to about snacks in the office, it would be me because I was the one getting them.
I don't think
I know what people like. That's what I took from it. That might not be true or not, but that's how my brain in the morning when I read this email was working. And I was like, I love me some meat. A little recognition for all the work I've been putting in.
Matt is acting like he is like baking cinnamon rolls every day.
I am a saint. I'm a saint in this office. I'm here for 2 hours a day, and I'm bringing snacks for you guys to enjoy and treat yourselves. So when there's an email about something as
a bag of
mundane as snacks, I was like, who is trying to fool me with snacks? I am the snack master.
We have at least 3 more people in this office that bring snacks more frequently than you.
But also pork rinds. Wrong. That is a very specific
Not wrong.
snack. Also, who do you think is – there's a lot of things wrong with you getting fish.
Nuts.
Who do you think is in charge of getting snacks and administrating things like that in the office?
Not Jesse.
Do you want to make a guess?
Molly.
Wrong.
Carly.
Wrong.
Then I would get fished by anybody in this office. Who?
It would be Lainey.
Oh.
She is our office administrator. She's the one that's getting us a coffee.
She also brings baked goods at least once a week, which you have not done.
I have certainly brought baked goods before. Don't you
we didn't
dare.
say come in baked on goods. We said baked goods.
Also, never, ever, Jim, in my life. Don't you dare accuse me of such things.
Matt got.
Matt got
fished on Fish Friday.
I was embarrassed.
It is not a lot of things more annoying than getting fished.
Glad everybody else here has gotten fished, though. I don't feel as bad about getting busted.
I think everyone in the office has got once because, again, they're relentless. I mean, if you're getting an email, they're out of pocket sometimes. Like, I swear to God, you get one at 6 a.m. It's like I'm waking up and you get an email and it's like you haven't even processed yet.
Yeah, that's what got me. It was still early. It was still early enough for me to think I was still the snack king of the office, which apparently Strofe is like, no, not even close.
844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. We have Rip and Rona on the line. I'm pointing to you because I don't have the talking, like it's not big enough for me to see it on my computer in front of me.
Sorry.
So what does Rip have to say?
He says, I love when I turn the radio on and the band is back together again.
And we are bringing you Wisconsin Broadcaster Association level broadcasting right now. I'll tell you that without a doubt.
How about this for a
everybody has had to deal with phishing emails. Everybody can relate to this.
The Adam in Madison says, Matt, you coming in stoned does not count as baked goods.
He's the goods and he's baked. That's what else is there? What else is there?
Gosh, you guys are so funny.
844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. If you're just bringing in pork rinds and chips from time to time, are you the snack bringer at the office? 844-770-3776.
Since I'm only here bi-weekly, it's a bi-weekly thing.
I feel like you got to actually make something. And that's just my general...
Your level of narcissism.
I don't want Strofe to talk. I have made him dinner, and I've made him chicken wings before. If anyone is going to get on me...
chicken wings 2 years ago.
Yes, in addition to other
An
things.
Olympic gold medalist.
You remember when?
Soup? I've made you soup and stuff?
I'm not saying you've never fed me. I'm just saying feeding me once every quarter does not equal snack king. The aforementioned Laney brings in baked goods, and I'm not referring to you stoned. I'm referring to actual baked goods once a week. Pumpkin bread. Delicious. I'd never had it before.
Well, you know what? I guess I've got to up my game.
If you want the title Snack King, you narcissistic
I want it
a-hole.
back. I want it back.
You are narcissistic.
It was mine.
Because that's why he got fished, right?
Does Matt have an ego?
No.
His ego is as big as his head, and he's got a large hat size.
Fair point.
That is unfair assessment, I think.
Oh, it's fine. We still love you for it. You're at least affable about your ego, but you definitely have an ego because you in your mind. I don't even know if it's an ego. It's more of like you almost think that we live in a simulation and you're player one.
I mean, it was an email to me,
right?
So of course I thought
it
was about me.
That philosophical idea that everything is a simulation around you, and you are the main person in the simulation. And everyone else is just around to serve your existence.
Yes.
Is this your church?
I mean, I don't think it's super far off. I see some flaws in it, but I don't think it's crazy.
Because you got fished out of hubris. Because you thought you were the Snack King.
Well, it kind of seemed like it might have been an email to multiple people about snacks, and we were all just giving our input. So I was just throwing down my 2 cents.
Well, I really
want early too, mind you, for me. Early for me.
10?
No, it was like 7:30 in the morning, but still, I don't wake up till like 8. That's early.
So you woke up to this email and be like, oh, man, I got to get on this right away because I am the Snack King.
This is going to be a good day. That's what I thought. It's like, we're going to have snacks.
Also, it's almost like he thinks we're like in kindergarten.
I don't know why.
What snacks do you want, guys?
I have no idea why I thought that was a logical thing. I'm telling you, morning had, I think, more to do with it than anything else.
Matt is expecting, like, snack time, and then when we have a little extra space here in the Spark building.
Just like, can we get some milk in our fridge?
Right, but then you lay out some mats so we can take a little nap.
I mean,
you take
I'm not
naps
here
anyways.
long enough. I take naps anyway.
Yeah.
I'll nap on my own time.
Which is most of the day.
Most of the day.
You kind of sometimes seem like you have the existence of a dog. You snack.
You lay around. Yeah, I guess it's not that bad. I'm barking at strangers.
Well, you know what? You might not have the best taste in figuring out what email to answer and not answer. You do have great taste, though, when it comes to local distilleries. Our favorite around, Dancing Goat Distillery.
That's right, and my favorite bourbon right now is from Dancing Goat Distillery here in Wisconsin. That's right, you can find Dancing Goat Distillery's bourbon, a quirky and humble blend, anywhere you get delicious liquors. I'm telling you right now, this is like no bourbon you've had before. It follows your classic bourbon rules, 51% corn, yada, yada, aged 2 years or more, yada, yada, yada. But it's aged in a new Colombian oak wood. It is seriously adds a flavor like you've never had before. If you're a bourbon aficionado like I claim to be, this is a bourbon you've got to try. It's called a Quirky and Humble Blend. It's by our friends at Dancing Goat Distilleries. Go to dancinggoat.com to check out more things like distillery tours, tastings, all sorts of other fun things that they got going on out there at Dancing Goat in Cambridge. But remember, you must be 21 years or older to enjoy the delicious distilled goods of Dancing Goat.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 Best history. Your kids will call it totally lit. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the Incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Braylon Allen here for Iron Jock Performance Gear and Apparel. You know why Iron Jock says it's what's inside? It's the technology, the 4-way stretch, fit, and feel, the science that is built into the fabric. This isn't any ordinary clothing that you wear 5 times and the fabric breaks down. Iron Jock is tested and proven to kill 99.9% of the bacteria for the lifetime of the gear. It'll feel as new after 75 washes as it did the day you got it. Get yours at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
This is a test.
This station is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This station has conducted a test of the emergency alert system.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Take it to the house this season and enjoy tailgating from your own backyard. Tito's wants to make sure you have the best tailgate on the block. You can win game day gear for your next gathering by entering to win at Tito'sTailgate.com. Be sure to enter by November 15th for your chance to win a Solo Stove Grill, a Brewmate back tap for batch cocktails, or a Tito's football jersey. For official rules, visit Tito'sTailgate.com. Must be 21 years old to enter. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Friday is a vibe here on Rutledge and Hamilton because it is Fish Friday. He's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge.
Hello.
We are live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Fish Friday means we are going to play fish music all day, and Matt Hamilton gets fished in a company-wide fishing email scheme. So far, Matt's the only person in the office that got. Rip and Rona chimes in, 844-770-3776. And I want to just throw this out there. He says pork rinds are underrated. So I want to chime in.
Thank you.
I agree with that.
I agree. He did also hashtag no carbs. What is the best office snack? 844-770-3776. What is the best snack for someone to bring to the office? So not like pork rinds.
It's not pork rinds. Any communal bag of any sort is no good.
Yeah. I mean, like there's Halloween candy still here at the office.
Right, which is okay. That passes.
But it's also been knocked
How much
down.
of that did you bring in, Matt?
The Halloween candy?
Yeah.
I was out recently.
Oh, interesting.
They don't sell it anymore at the stores at a discounted rate, so that's
yeah,
that's a bummer.
definitely not. Yeah. Snack King definitely brought that in.
I want a picture of Matt Hamilton on Tiger King's, like his head on Tiger King's body, just over a bag of candy.
That's Z and the D.
Get on that Z and the D.
Get our graphic designer to it. That's funny.
The Adam Madison chimes in with an old school throwback. Matt Hamilton is so old, his home videos are shown in history class. Matt Hamilton is so old, when he saw rainbows as a child, they were black and white.
Back to the year so old. Come on,
Matt,
not that old.
You are the one that missed like a week's worth of work being sick.
Pitch count. You can blame the guy who sets up.
That's what happens to Grandpa.
Yeah.
When Grandpa gets sick, he's out for a week.
Well, that's also what you do with your star running back and your season's already kind of shot. You just make sure they come back healthy and they can finish the season, and you don't have to worry about them for next season. So that's, I think, how Jesse was doing it.
Matt in the greenhouse chimes in. Can we get a one-time show with Hamilton, Brust, and produced by Jesse Nelson? All three of them would think they are the lead host.
No, I'd let Ben think he was the lead host. We all know who the star on the show would be, but Ben could be the lead.
Ty chimes in.
Jesse?
Dots pretzels are the best.
I second that.
That's a good
pretzels
one.
are very good. Again, though, communal bag, not a great snack for the office if you plan on sharing with your coworkers or teammates.
True. 844-770-3776. What is the best snack for the office? A Kringle is good. We've had Kringles here before. Obviously we love the folks that were seeing Kringle, but the Kringles are great, right, Matt?
Fantastic. Super good Kringles.
Very inside joke there, Jimmy. Very inside joke.
Yeah, that was a joke only for me and Alex.
And Matt, yeah, I just thought about the hardcore listeners know that Matt loves himself a Kringle. But that's a good one. That's a good one as well. I bet you there's more than, I think there's like a handful of people to get. Look, sometimes we can have a joke for us. You know?
Yeah.
Matt's laughing. We're having a good time. Once in a while, we could just do something for us.
I just imagine somebody's pissed off, stuck on the belt line right now, and that just sent them over the edge. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, an inside joke that nobody is going to know, even if you did listen to the old show in this new time slot.
Sam in Madison chimes in. We are back to Fortune Favors Candy Pecans made in Madison. That's his choice. I don't know. The song good?
I mean,
I don't know what that is.
Candy pecans are
good. They sell them at brewer games.
I think a pecan pie is like a 10 out of 10 pie, so candied pecans are basically like portable pecan pies.
Now, you are talking about like a homemade, because you buy them store-bought pecan pie, and they're pretty meh. Yeah, but I haven't had a homemade one, but you can kind of, when you have pecan pie, you're like, I can taste how this could be really good.
Right.
But this one's just kind of meh.
Mm-hmm.
But I
even
get what you're saying.
Ones, if you warm them up, I'm still down.
So that's
with
what I'm saying. I'll get
up.
what you're saying, because I taste enough in there to be like, this could be really good if it was not just
We'll
made
get into this a little closer
mass-produced.
to Thanksgiving, because there is an absolute pie hierarchy. A lot of different pies going on Thanksgiving. We'll get into it, so go ahead and think about
it. He just do a 3-week tease?
He did.
Yeah.
Matt has no
Here's
interest
the thing.
in doing
I
except
am going to be
doing
thinking about this for the
radio
next
bits
3 weeks.
from 1995. That is Matt Hamilton's
We'll do
sweet
it.
spot.
Let's do a bracket.
Tune in 3 Tuesdays from now.
Let's do a
I'm guessing you guys did
pie
candy,
bracket.
favorite candy on Halloween, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Well, we kind of did. Something like it.
I think we did a draft.
So, yeah. So
the easiest segment in the world.
Yeah.
And that's what we said.
Oh, should we do a draft of pies near Thanksgiving?
Oh,
someone's excited.
Somebody's in his bag.
I'll set it up. I'll set up the bracket, guys.
The Adam Madison chimes in. Well, that way I'm good with that because it won't happen then. The Adam Madison chimes in. Shelled peanuts. You got to make them work. Sam and Madison chimes in, so he's like, you got to work for it. He's going to send some of those Fortune favorite candy pecans to the studio. So now Alex Strofe will know, Mr. Irrelevant. You're not irrelevant on this show. People will send you their pecans.
No, I'll go pick them up instead so Strofe doesn't get any.
What's that?
I'm going to go pick him up so he doesn't get any.
You'll probably be sick again or in Canada or something.
It's a good point. Actually, no. The next one's vacation.
Oh, yeah. Tough time. Tough days to be Matt Hamilton. You need to break.
Okay, here's the thing. It's been 3 months since I produced the show. 3 months. Where all three of us were together on the same show.
Oh, my gosh.
I am just really happy to see Matt's IQ has maybe even gone down, but certainly has not gotten higher.
No. No.
He is still the biggest idiot I've ever met.
I don't think it's gone down, Strofe. I promise you weren't making me any smarter, but I might not have gotten any smarter since Wollersheim joined.
Rick in DeForest chimes in with donuts from Greenbush Bakery. Donuts are a good one. Greenbush is obviously outstanding.
The apple fritter there is the only thing to get. Oh, my gosh. It's as big as your head. It's like... It used to be $5, and it was just the greatest apple fritter ever.
I can't remember. Honestly, can't remember the name of the place downstairs. I think Lotus is in it. They make a really good homemade donut as well. So we're at the Spark Building right next door. They make a great homemade donut. They are $4 a donut, so that's an expensive gift to bring in. But there are some, good donut places out there. Homemade fudge, Jordan and Madison. That's a thoughtful one. I think easy to kind of break off and take. There's a lot of good Christmas ones. I will tell you honestly, I'm a little skeeved out. So Jesse Nelson has you beat, though. But, they make a bunch of homemade cookies and bring them to the office. I don't I'm lukewarm on homemade things. Like
because you don't trust the people that are making them?
I'm not saying I don't trust Jesse, but I'm saying I will trust your kitchen probably more than anyone else's in the office.
Okay.
844-770-3776. What's the best snack to bring to the office to share?
Banana bread, bro?
I got some banana bread from work today, bro.
From work today?
I'll find the clip.
Yes,
I would
that
say
is another deep inside joke from like a meme or TikTok or something.
Bread is a good one, though. Like
Banana bread is seriously a super
pumpkin
underrated.
bread. Yeah, but you could bring in different breads to share. You can cut it up and share it. Yeah, so I think there's different things out there that you can share. 844-770-3776. The Packers are taking on the Steelers, and we'll talk about that. I want to first start with the Badgers. And, Matt, do you think – can they salvage their season if they win out?
Define salvage.
Like you're gonna give it a grade where you feel good about it. Because right now I don't think people feel good about the Badger football program. They don't. I'm not saying they feel bad.
Right. But there was a lot more hype coming in. I think we thought that these players were going to be able to adopt this new system and hit the ground running. Honestly, I think more than anything, this season's a little eye-opening, and the realization that it takes a couple years to develop a new system under a new regime. We've got a bunch of players that came here to play that power eye smash mouth football, and then halfway through or 1 year after they got recruited to play this style of football, you have a coach who's like, spread offense, we're going to throw air raid style offense, throwing a lot of play action. Like, we weren't necessarily designed to play this kind of football. I think it's going to take some time for Fickle and his team to get his players in here, the players that are going to complement the system, before we really see the amazing jumps that we had hoped for here in year one. So, no, they can go out and win them, and I'd feel better about it if they lost any. But I do think what I did learn from this is that this is going to take a little bit of time.
And I agree with that. But if they win out, and
I feel like we're on
that
a
gets them
fast track to where we're going
nine
to be.
wins then.
Yeah.
Because that means I'm assuming they're going to win their bowl game too, Bo, and I say win out. And they also get the axe back. And
right,
whatever
nice.
trophy that whatever trophy they have in Nebraska, they get that as well. So they get to keep that. So I would say winning out 3 Big Ten games puts you. I think you'd be 6-3 in Big Ten play. Then you'd be 9-4 overall, and both of those are improvements over the year before.
Right. I feel good about it, but I think I got my hopes up a little high, and I think myself included, but the media let us get our hopes super high for this season.
Yeah.
And, was that fair to Coach Fickle and this team? Probably not, but did it open my eyes to, how this has actually got to work and, where we're headed as a football team? And I like where we're headed. I like where we're at right now. These growing pains are just harder than I thought they were going to be.
But banana bread, I worked out. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, bro!
Yeah, bro. 844. What is that from?
It's from a TikTok. You know how Taylor Swift they have the friendship bracelets?
Yeah.
So they have the letters, right? Well, this person makes this TikTok of him literally saying an entire page worth of words with every first letter explaining how he got banana bread at work today. Hell yeah. And then goes through it. So he's pointing to a letter each time he says a word here.
Okay.
And it's on a bracelet, supposedly. It's pretty funny. Again, it's probably not the best thing for radio.
Yeah, I was going to play the whole
funny.
thing. I didn't have time to edit out all the
Oh my
F-bombs.
gosh, the whole thing's 45 seconds of him saying, "But banana bread at work, bro."
47 seconds to be exact.
Hell yeah!
Eric in Green Bay chimes in. Crumble cookies are a big hit. That is great. Flavor change every week. People get excited about the new options and a variety. It's not as big
crumble cookies though. If you have more than a half of a cookie,
but that's why it's good.
You need
because
an insulin shot.
You can cut it up though. Well, this goes back to
they should just sell half cookies.
People gave me crap when I cut a donut here at the office. I was like, I didn't want a whole donut. I cut it in half, and people all up in their feelings. You would definitely cut a crumble cookie.
The problem with cutting a donut is you need to hold the other side. A cookie can be split in half without touching the other half. You can't split a donut without touching the other half of the donut.
Yeah, I still feel fine cutting the donut. Cutting the donut's pretty normal. And then also Kringle. I mean, there's certain things you have to touch. Like, I didn't, pick my nose and then touch the donut. I don't even think that was the issue. And honestly, I made sure to leave the silverware there so people saw that, I wasn't, I didn't just rip apart a donut. Because there is something to, ripping apart a donut as opposed to cutting a donut.
Right.
And then also, like a Kringle, crumble cookies are meant to be divided. And Matt Hamilton loves Kringles. But also, like a jelly donut that's lost its filling, the Badger season cannot be salvaged. It's good.
Banana bread!
I like that metaphor there from our friend Eric in Green Bay. 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, especially on Friday, November 24th, is Cash Friday. Turn your Black Friday into Cash Friday this year. 21 winners will win a chance to spin a wheel for $500 to $5,000 cash at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
But banana bread! I worked down! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, bro!
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
What's up? It's Stacy Bruner from Bruner Realty. Today's housing market can be tough to navigate. Let me and my staff of hardworking agents go to bat for you when it's time to buy or sell a home.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Stacy led my wife Becca and I through our entire home buying process. He was incredibly helpful, a fantastic communicator, and from start to finish helped inform and guide us as first-time home buyers.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a home,
and you want the best experience possible,
contact us at BrunerRealtyInc.com. Bruner Realty, homes to appreciate.
Everywhere you look, from groceries to utilities to gas, prices keep going up. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round by replacing drafty windows and doors in as little as 6 weeks. And now you can save even more by taking advantage of no interest and no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offer ends 11/30/2023.
Ben Bruss to tell you about one of my favorite teams in the area, Zimbrick European. For over 3 years, I've trusted them with my car buying process, and I'm never going anywhere else. From Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, their pre-owned and Sprinter vans, they have something for everyone. Don't drive something ordinary when you can drive something extraordinary. I love the sexiest car on the lot that I found this time, a nice Zimbrick Mercedes. Find what you love. Test drive, and they will make leasing affordable. Zimbrick European.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semra with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Ian Ackley from Sun Prairie West High School. He spent 2 years at Sun Prairie East. How tough was that transition?
Honestly, the transition was probably one of the tougher things for me just because I had a pretty set-in-stone friend group. I've grown up with those coaches. They've honestly been huge mentors in my athletic career growing up.
When you were over at Sun Prairie East, community service was really big. Who's had the biggest influence on you for that?
Honestly, I'll go back to my dad. My dad is always about giving back. If anyone ever needs to move, he has 3 sons. He'll just send a text to our group chat. Boys, 8 o'clock, we're moving, blah, blah, blah. Don't even know these people, but we get it done in an hour. My dad's always using what he's got, and let's be honest, he's got 3 big dudes, so it's kind of like, why not, right?
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
I don't think Alex Stroke gets the vibe of Fish. Matt Hamilton.
No. He missed. He missed big there.
He made a joke off air. I'm not going to share the joke, but I'm going to say it was a joke that would be more of this song was in the movie Deliverance than it was that this is a jam band. Because it's a jam band, it is not a southern band. It is a jam band, or a band from like Manitowoc or something. This is a jam band.
Hey, why are you taking shots at Manitowoc? I slept there on Sunday.
Well, with whom? No, this is probably
For reference, the joke I made was I feel like I should be making out with my sister, which I don't have a sister for the record. While I listen to this. Feels like I should be wearing boots and cow manure and slapping my knee.
Spoons going?
844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. We have Jordan and Madison chiming in. You hold one side of the donut, cut it down the middle, take the half you touch. You don't need to touch the whole thing unless you're using a sick karate chop to cut it in half. That's a good point, Jordan and Madison. You can cut a donut in half without having to touch the whole thing.
Oh, come on. You're telling me when you go look for those half donuts,
we're more
you're
delicate.
not looking at the one that's clearly been pinched at the bottom?
Oh,
I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm saying nobody takes the donut they pinch.
Not everyone's got stone hands, Matt Hamilton. Some of us can just cut around and be good at it. I referenced Manitowoc because isn't that where Stephen Avery is from? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Correct,
in that documentary on Netflix, there was one little part that made me laugh was that they kind of referenced very subtly that certain parts of northern Wisconsin, including the Manitowoc area, rival the South as far as, I guess we'll just call it, kissing your sister. And so that part always stuck with me they said it so casually, and obviously not the point of the documentary at all, but it does imply that the Avery family maybe has kissed the sister of two. And so
You are a really weird guy.
Why? How does that not stand out to you?
I don't know. Maybe the fact that he murdered somebody might maybe be the part that sticks with you.
Yeah.
Well, right. But also the fact
forgive me for glossing over that half.
Yeah, right.
There seem to be more pressing issues happening in that show. My feeble one-track mind and this smooth lizard brain of mine could not comprehend all the nuance of that show.
Exactly. Thank you. How do you not take that in?
You guys are both.
Like I said, it's just because I have a
idiots.
smooth lizard brain.
I'm just saying, we knew the other part. I didn't know that Manitowoc was rivaling South Georgia. I just didn't know. That was not surprising, but also I was taken aback a bit.
There you go.
844-770-3776. How you get into the show? If the Badgers win, we'll say the next 4 games. Do you call their season a success?
That counts the bowl game?
Yep. That's going to be our first Iron Jock poll question. If the Badgers win their next 4 games, so we're including the bowl in that, do you count their season as a success? Which means they beat Northwestern at home, they beat Nebraska at home, they go on the road, and they beat P.J. Fleck and get that axe back.
Rode the boat back to Madison and then go to a bowl game.
Yep. They sink that boat out in Minnesota, one of those frozen
Steal
lakes.
their boat.
And P.J. Fleck screams a guy who might be his last year at Minnesota. I just feel like if he can get out, he's going to try to get out. I don't know if he's going to do well enough to actually get a better job, but he seems like a guy that's now starting to look somewhere else. But then I would also say, then you win a bowl game. Let's say you go beat the Gators and Graham Mertz, which is not a crazy.
Right.
That is a game that could happen, like the Champs or the Outback Bowl or whatever the hell they call it now. But those bowl games, the Badgers get back to that. They win 9 games at the end of the year. And then you take into account that I don't know when Mordecai's coming back. He dressed against Indiana, so that's got to be a good sign he's closer to getting back than, let's say, Braylon Allen. But so let's say, okay, you won 9 games. You were without your top 2 running backs and your top quarterback, and you had a switch in coaching regime. That's actually a pretty respectable season.
Yeah.
A dip in expectations, but, yeah, obviously we were a little bit
we got
pie
a
in the
little over
sky.
our skis there.
A little bit
for
of pecan
sure.
pie in the sky.
Yeah. So
pecan pie in the sky?
Well,
pie in the sky. I referenced pecan pie earlier. Come on, Strofe, keep up.
Hold on. Oh, no, I got it. But
This is a 2-hour show. It's big. It's a lot of things you got to remember.
excuse my lizard brain.
Pecan in the sky with diamonds. Is that
What does pie in the sky mean?
Well, that's a good question.
Okay, so you don't know either.
But
Well,
I
here's the
do
thing,
know
it's
how
like
you
know
use
how
it.
to
It's
use
a
it,
positive.
but you don't actually know. Like, I could explain it to you with the context.
Yeah, I can give you the context. It is a positive thing to say.
There
Pie
you
in the
go.
sky
That helps.
is an idiot, that means something good that someone says will happen, but it seems more impossible than unlikely. So I guess it's the idea that pies would be, I guess it's a good thing. Pies are in the sky, so you can just reach up and
It'd be like
pull a pie.
saying the Packers are going to win their next 4 games. It's kind of like pie in the sky if it happens.
And pie in the sky would be like you could just reach up, grab pie out of the sky, which seems pretty nice.
Okay.
So there you go.
There you go. Thanks for looking that up, Jim.
Yep, there you go.
Strove always learns something on
He
our
also
show.
has. Remember, I forgot about this. We haven't had Alex as our producer in a while. He has no ability to pick up context clues.
No.
Yeah,
Nope.
so that's
Not my strong suit.
That
I
is
would
on
agree
me.
there.
Yeah, vocab and using context to figure out the vocab is
Like, so
maybe your worst attribute.
I'm a firm believer that I pick up on about 3 out of 10.
I think that's
3 out of 10 what?
Like references
Okay.
through context. I think 7 out of 10 I usually struggle with. I would agree. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, I
fair.
think there needs to be a hook. I'd go 2.5, and I'd probably still take the under.
Why do you think that is? Because
well, number one, I have ADHD, so I'm not always fully listening to you, if I'm being really honest.
that's not a surprise.
No offense, it's not your fault. It's mine.
Hey, I know what that's like, Strofe. Don't worry.
It's not a you thing. It's a me thing.
It's not your fault.
And I don't know. I guess I would chalk it up to that.
Yeah, that's probably a
sometimes
good
my
one.
brain is literally just lacking
Just
context.
turned it off.
I just picture just a monkey
Yeah.
Symbols.
waving his symbols
Yeah.
in Stroh's brain from time to time.
I've always wanted one of those.
A brain?
Well, that, but also
The
a monkey
cymbal
that
playing
bangs
monkey?
cymbals. Like if I had to get a pet, it would be a monkey. I don't know if that's legal in Wisconsin though.
I don't know either.
I don't know the pet laws here. You have to.
Do you have pets?
I did check if I could have a monkey and then got a cat. We have a dog and a cat because I don't want a
But
monkey
you're
in the
looking
house.
into chickens
But you also
and
don't want the
rabbits
dog
now?
or the cat. What do you mean?
Well, he's actually looking into getting chickens
I
now that his
heard.
town's
We got in a
opening it
big
up.
argument in the office the other day about
Jimmy's
this.
going to get some chickens, and then
he's such
maybe
a
a
hardo.
goat, right?
I would take a goat.
And some
Really?
chickens.
A goat over chickens, for sure.
Here's
I think
the thing.
the
I'm
goat
not
and
asking
the
you
dog
to
in
get
the
into
backyard.
roosters. I don't want anybody.
I don't want chickens. I don't want chickens. This is gross. I don't want chickens. I think it should be banned.
Why is that gross?
I live in town.
Yeah,
And I
but,
don't
like-
want farm animals in my neighborhood.
But what are chickens going to do to your neighborhood? They don't make any sounds. All they do is roam around their backyard, cluck a little bit, and eat some ticks
Hey,
off the
speaking of your
ground.
neighborhood, like I said, it's been a few months since
Yeah.
all three of us have been together. I remember back in maybe July, you
Yeah.
were really upset and considering calling the police on your neighbor's
Yeah, I think
daughter's
I
boyfriend.
think they broke up or he got a new car. I don't know that part of it. I don't really know. All teenage boys look like doofuses to me, so there's some other doofus there. I can't tell if it's a new car or if they broke up.
or
but-
if it's a new doofus.
or if it's a new doofus. Yeah, that part I don't know, but that has
Problem
been
solved,
resolved.
though.
Yes,
Yeah.
been
So
resolved.
So now
the
he's
Oregon
decided-
Police Department has not been
Yeah.
contacted.
So now that this car hasn't driven by, he's had to find a new thing to gripe about,
And
and
it
he
is-
found chickens.
The possibility
The
that
possibility
chickens may,
of chickens,
No,
not the
here's the
fact
thing.
that there's any there.
I
the fact that there could
specifically,
be.
when we were looking at houses, looked at a house, was in the master bedroom, looked out the
even.
window, saw chickens, and said, "We're not living here."
Okay.
No
Hold on.
way.
Yes.
You just made it sound.
No way.
Yes.
Oh,
I
I
saw
can see farm animals out here. Do I look like Hillbilly
You know-
Rutledge,
you
or
know-
am I
you know what,
Jim
Matt?
Rutledge, MC of ESPN
But
Madison?
here's the thing. The fact is, I actually believe him.
I know,
I'm
I
not
totally believe
100%,
him.
yeah.
I'm just flabbergasted by he saw some chickens like, I'm too good for this.
I don't. There's no need for it.
Yes, there is.
No.
For eggs. People eat those.
They sell them at a store. There are grocery stores all over the place.
I know, but when
Fresh
you can just
eggs.
have some chickens,
There
they're
is
better.
no difference in the taste
That
of
is-
eggs.
Seriously, that should be on our Jim and Matt poll because that's a crazy take.
Well, first of all, again,
That's a crazy
I don't
take. You
like
will not
eggs.
win that
Nobody in
poll.
our house likes eggs. We tolerate eggs.
That's fine, but
we know
there
they're
shouldn't
good.
be any reason your neighbors can't have them. I'm not saying you have to have chickens.
But why do I have to deal with chickens? I don't
But
want to
you
look out
don't
my
have to
window and
deal
see
with them.
chickens.
That's
Build
not
a
dealing
fence.
with them.
I have a fence. I have
Build a
two-story
taller
house.
fence.
I have a privacy fence. It's 6 feet tall. But I look out my daughter's window. I don't want to look to the right to see chickens.
Why?
Build a taller fence.
I don't live on a farm.
But it doesn't hurt anybody.
My name is not
What's the difference between their
Old
chicken
McDonald.
walking around their backyard and their dog walking around
because
the
a
backyard?
dog is supposed to be there.
No, they're both
A dog's not
family
food.
animals.
I don't want food in the backyard. You
That
don't live on a
depends
farm.
where you go.
Well, we live.
This is a crazy take that the fact that the sight of chickens out your window that have nothing to do with your property or your stuff bothers you. That is a crazy take.
You were giving a lot of
What?
credit to the idea that like people are going to properly take care of these chickens and they're not going to
Okay.
wander off their yard.
I had a neighbor that had chickens and it was totally fine. It was honestly it was better.
They are who we
And I
thought
know
they
exactly
were.
why they gave you some eggs, right?
No, actually, I never got eggs from them. Oh. The one thing that I do have noticed and has been very obvious, I have a very wooded backyard, a lot of trees.
Yeah.
I picked ticks off my dogs the last year and a half. My old neighbors moved out 3 years ago. Prior to that, never had ticks back there because the chickens just ran amok and ate all the ticks from the area, essentially.
That's disgusting.
It was crazy. No, that's great. They can just
Don't
do
you
their
give the flea
thing
and tick
in their
medicine
own
to your dog?
I do.
Okay.
But they still crawl on them, and it's gross, and I don't want them coming inside.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
And it's for real, though.
weird
Chickens
breed.
are amazing things to have as neighbors.
No.
For neighbors. Yes, they really are.
I do not want chickens as my neighbor. I am upset with this law.
I've
right.
had chickens as neighbors. It's better than when I don't have chickens
So
as
this
neighbors.
this feels like a moment of when I used to produce the show on a regular basis, where I remind you, it is Friday. We are 47 minutes into the show. There's a top 10 team playing in Madison tonight. There's a bowl eligibility game tomorrow in Madison, and the Packers are in Pittsburgh on Sunday.
we have a whole nother hour,
We got
baby.
an Iron Jack poll question up about the Badger game.
Yeah, and we have a whole nother hour.
Just a subtle reminder.
Thanks, Alex. We're
This
talking
guy
about
and his
chickens right now.
College basketball trying to ram that down my throat. I get it. Tennessee's here. Neat.
I'm gonna ram my fist down your throat. You keep talking like that.
Whoa.
Just
Why did
a
you get
couple of
so
tough
angry?
guys here. Tough guy Jim Rutledge hates chickens, and Strofe is just so obsessed with the fact that Tennessee is here.
Daryl in Deerfield chimes in addition to hating milk, you hate farm animals too. First of all, farm animals on a farm, I am fine with. E-I-E-I-O,
don't talk-
all the way back to the
Okay.
farm. I'm fine with that.
Do not talk trash about Baby Strophe right now.
Where is Baby Strophe located?
On Daryl and Deerfield's farm.
On a farm. I'm fine with that. Where do we draw the line? Like, you can have horses in your backyard? Cows?
Yes.
No.
No, you can't have those.
Why not?
Because they need a certain amount of space to run around. A chicken
Okay,
does not
but hold
need
on
that
a
much
minute.
space.
Can we acknowledge Jim isn't living in like a crappy neighborhood?
Yeah.
He's got a big backyard.
Right. That's what I mean. There's
that's what I
tons of room for chickens.
That's why I don't want chickens. I don't want chickens back there.
There's so much room for those chickens to frolic. I don't know why you would want it. It's like a chicken paradise back there.
I live in town, so I don't have to live near chickens. If I want to live near chickens, I just think an acre. You got an acre of land, do what you want. I got a quarter acre.
He's like, I know nobody near me has even close to an acre, so I can let people have their chickens.
Because you live
but
in
then
town,
I know
then.
nobody near me
Because
will
you
have
live
a
in town.
chicken.
Like where I grew up, it was a little bit out of town. Everyone in our neighborhood, you had at least an acre.
What if someone had a parrot and they let it out back in their backyard?
Wouldn't it fly away? No, they don't fly.
They have parrots that have clipped wings, and there's parrots that realize, that don't ditch the hand that feeds you, right? What's the difference between a pet parrot that they just took out to the backyard
Well, you
to
are
hang
onto
out
something
with?
here. I find birds disgusting.
So all birds.
Yes.
Birds are bad pets and shouldn't
Yeah.
be in town.
But seriously, what do you got a bird for a pet for?
I think we're getting to the root of this issue right here.
But I will acknowledge it's
Jim
a fair,
is
it
anti-aviary.
But it's a fair point. Like, you got no business having a little bird flying around your living room. I'm kind of with Jim on that one.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're now anti-parrot, but the chickens in the backyard is fine.
Outside, yes. That's where birds belong. They belong outside.
Y'all are nuts. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Jeremiah Madison chimes in. He may get a chicken just to spite me. I'll tell you what.
As one should.
I'll tell you what. Spite is a good reason to have a good workout. Like, if I'm mad now, I could go to Carbon World Health and have an extra good workout just of how mad I am about the idea of my neighbors having chickens. But whatever it is that motivates you to get through a good workout, make sure you go to Carbon World Health. Sign up for the 6-week experience because it's more than just a good workout over there. It's about working with Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his team over there. And the best thing to do, sign up for the 6-week experience. You can learn about hormone replacement treatment. You can learn about semaglutide, which is what I'm taking to help you lose weight. It's FDA approved. And you want Dr. Nestor Rodriguez involved in the process. Don't try to buy something offline or for some rando. You want to go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and make sure that it's right for you. Make sure that you're pairing it up with a good workout regimen at Carbon World Health. And then that's how you can get those weight loss goals that you're looking for. They also have Black Friday deals all over the place going on right now at Carbon World Health. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience by going to starionbank.com. Member FDIC. The Mike Hastings era off to a hot start for the Wisconsin men's hockey team, who ranks 3rd in the country following 10 games. Wisconsin is 9-1 after 3 series sweeps in a row against ranked opponents. Early on in the season, the Badgers have swept, at the time, number 17 Michigan Tech, number 1 Minnesota, and number 4 Michigan. The Badgers have jumped all 3 of those opponents in the rankings, now ranking 3rd, including 12 first-place votes. The Badgers' next series is next weekend at Michigan State.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round. No interest and no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Visit PellaWI.com.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 Best history. Your kids will call it totally lit. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
20th Century Studios presents A Haunting in Venice, now streaming only on Hulu.
You were saying?
From the world of Agatha Christie
You're coming with me.
comes what Entertainment Weekly calls Kenneth Branagh's best Poirot movie yet.
I will not be next.
Then we must be careful. It's the perfect movie for fall.
It is fabulous.
It will keep you guessing until the very end.
My money's on the housekeeper.
A Haunting in Venice, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13, now streaming only on Hulu.
As a roofer, I've got a million things to do, and that's a million things that need to be done right. That's why I partner with Beacon. The team at Beacon makes sure my materials are delivered accurately and on time. And the Beacon Pro Plus app makes ordering the brands I depend on, like CertainTeed Landmark Pro, easier than ever. I rely on Beacon because I never stop building, and neither do they. Now through November, purchase CertainTeed through Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $750. Beacon, always building.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home.
Working at a company that truly cares and invests in their employees should never be taken for granted. Work, learn, and earn at the Weld School at Stoughton Trailers. The program includes 1 week of paid training starting at $18 per hour and features small class sizes designed for individual attention. No prior experience is needed because teaching their employees is all part of the Stoughton Trailers way. graduate into a full-time position in Stoughton or Evansville, apply today at stojobs.com. That's stojobs.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Fish Friday continues here on Rutledge and Hamilton. He's Hamilton. I am Rutledge. Daryl and Deerfield with some breaking news. Alex, are you doing okay? Do you want to share the news or do you want me to? Can you fight through the tears? All right, Alex Strofe behind the glass, a little reunion show here from the Everlight Solar Studio. Daryl and Deerfield chimes in. Hate to break it to you, Alex. Baby Strophe is in Utah now.
Wow. Yeah, excuse me for a moment. I feel like that's something he should have had to run past me. Now, and I understand it's a business decision.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like Brian Gutekunst calling Rasul Douglas in the sauna and just be like, hey, man, we traded you. Rather than being like, hey, we might trade you, just a heads up with the deadline coming up. Just like, hey, man, toweled up and sat next to him in the sauna, said, hey, you're gone. I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit closer to having a shot as a producer on a show, and they're like, you know what, this cow's getting a little annoying. Let's ship it off to the digital world of Utah.
The most irrelevant state out there.
The most irrelevant state out there.
Yeah, really, honestly, once you got shipped off the show, they're like, well, we can't have like a non-4 to 6 producer cow. You know, like that just doesn't work. Drew Madison chimes in.
Irrelevant.
Since y'all switched to 4 to 6, I don't get to hear you on my way home. Man, have I missed the three of you talking about the most random stuff. That is definitely
like Jim hating birds. Jim hates all birds.
I feel like there's some Wooly hate coming through today.
I think you just projected that. Everyone loves
It's just one of those, it's nice to have a little bit of change. That's why I do everybody a favor and only show up to 70% of the shows.
Well, that might be high in 23.
But people like Throwback Thursday.
This is just the busy part of the year. This summer, I was pretty available
You
this
only
summer.
took like 3 or 4 vacations this summer.
Like 2 or 3, and some of them were work stuff. I'm going to throw out
For a
there.
man that works 70% of the time, he takes, honestly, a high-level
I'm working
vacation.
all the time. I'm always working, guys. There's always an angle. Come on.
Jeremiah Madison chimes in. This is real meat and potatoes talk, not Badger football meat and potatoes talk. 844-770-3776. How you get into the show. We had a football question up there. Our Iron Jock poll question that we put up at ESPN Madison because we are a serious sports show. If the Badgers win their next 4 games, which is including their bowl game, would you consider the season a success? 80% of you say success. So the road to success starts tomorrow against the disaster of a football program that is the Northwestern Wildcats.
I think you could call it a success with the wins. If we can run the table here at the end, man, but that said, I thought we were a shoo-in for that last one. So
that's why I'm saying that, like, if you just pull it out, like, you've got to feel good to, like, all right, we're not losing to inferior opponents again. We're able to drag out, get some wins. And then you can retroactively tell yourself, oh, okay, they had the injured quarterback. They had the injured 2 starting running backs. That's a lot of hits to the depth of the team that was not very deep.
True.
So
I mean, I'm giving them a lot. They got a lot of leeway when Mordecai went down. Not to think that he wasn't able to get it done. Locke wasn't going to be able to do it. But the fact that, like, you know, redshirt freshman, the guy hasn't really been around this team as that much. Mordecai's seen a lot in college football, being a senior. My hopes for this season definitely take a pretty big hit when Braden Locke had to take over. And no offense to him, it's just he's so young, and it's a new team.
Daryl Deerfield with some more breaking news. Baby Strophe was so traumatized by the news that he left the show. Kicked off. She joined the Mormon church.
Kicked off, but you asked for me to come back anytime the one of the 3 of you are out. Interesting.
We love it. We just found that you're better as a substitute than a full-time guy.
A little Strofe is a little better than like Strofe full-time.
Yeah, just like my kindergarten teacher used to tell me when I was using glue, a dab will do ya.
Yeah.
That's how we feel about it with Strofe.
Yeah, and I think that's why they made Mr. Relevant 3 times a week rather than 5. It's more like a small dosage every couple of days.
Little dab will do you.
Yeah, and most of the time we're just taking, the sound bites from that. I just use a little dab of Strofe. I'm not going to listen to a whole
What do you mean?
episode.
Let's
but-
be honest.
What do you mean by that?
We have never referenced Mr. Irrelevant on this show in any sort of soundbite unless we want to make fun of him.
Oh, yeah.
Have you made fun of me?
Just the name of the show.
Yeah, we just still get a kick out of Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, we've taken some audio clips. He had
I don't think we have.
somebody at the Iowa. Was
He's
it
just trying to make
Balaga?
you feel good.
Was it Balaga?
Balaga, yeah.
That was from
Before the
William
Iowa
Tausch.
game. He had. Was it from William? No.
Yes.
Ryan pulled some Mr. Irrelevant stuff. We've played some clips.
It's been what Matt missed.
No, it's been
Yeah, is
good, hard-hitting journalism.
How's it been at what Matt missed? Because if you can't pick up Alex Stroh's voice, I don't know what we're doing here.
Well, it was who the guest was.
Oh.
I was guessing who the guest was.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I picked up on Stroph's voice.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Tired of power outages disrupting your life? Make them a thing of the past by getting a Generac home standby generator from Adams Generators. Adams Generators is the largest and #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. With 24/7 emergency support, our factory-trained technicians are standing by to assist you. Visit adamspower.com/generators to make sure your power always stays on. That's adamspower.com/generators.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is. And I'm Alex Strofe, back with you in the middle of Rutledge and Hamilton. How weird is this? Your Sports Center update brought to you by ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, presented by Coors Light. Join hosts Colin Russo, Brad Nortman, Chris Orr, and Adam Mertz 2 hours before. And join me and those fellas immediately after tomorrow's Wisconsin football game, right here on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. All right, lots to dive into. Big sports weekend. We'll start right there with the Badgers playing host to Northwestern tomorrow at Camp Randall Stadium. The Badgers looking to become bowl eligible for the third longest streak in the nation, 22nd year in a row. The Badgers 9.5-point favorites, and again, a 2:30 kickoff in that one. Sunday, the Packers looking to win their second game in a row as they head to Pittsburgh, a place they haven't won at in a long time, against the 5-3 Steelers. Pittsburgh 3.5-point favorites. That's a noon kickoff on CBS on Sunday. Pre-game coverage starts right here on 100.5 ESPN at 9 a.m. How about tonight? Number 9 in the country, Tennessee, taking on Badgers men's hoops at the Kohl Center. Tennessee favored by 2.5.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton.
People like me.
That's some booty, Jim.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Everyone is so mean to me.
I am Jim Rutledge.
You never go full Rutledge.
There is not a lot of things more satisfying than watching a Bush.
Steelers seem like a bend but don't break defense. Honestly, I would actually describe the Packers offense like that. It bends but doesn't break through. Like they don't score touchdowns.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Rutledge and Hamilton. After dark, Matt Hamilton. It is officially that time.
It certainly is.
Rutledge and Hamilton After Dark is presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush a Coors Light.
Welcome into the show, Alex Strofe. And a throwback Friday. You're going to give us your After Dark voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Jimmy Rutledge.
I think I would go with Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
What?
No.
If I was a dancer,
Hold on,
I'd go
the race car driver or the former head coach?
No, I'm just saying with an I.
Huh?
If I was performing at the place you're talking in the voice that you did, I would go with Jimmy Johnson with an I.
Jimmy Johnson with an I, and I'm talking about downstairs.
What?
I don't know where that went.
I was referring to the third eye.
Oh, come on.
Whoa. We went After Dark to Banned from radio. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
Goodness gracious. And I was trying to turn it to sports. I am going to turn it to sports. Alex Strofe, you sometimes host a online show, so I wanted to bring your thoughts in here, Mr. Irrelevant.
And it's sports related.
Your thoughts are, I can't wait to get to the sports takes from Mr. Irrelevant.
Let's get into the X's and O's, the nitty-gritty of it all.
Yes. So, you heard in the open there.
Irrelevant.
That I described the Packers offense as bend but don't break through.
Yeah.
And
it's fair.
Honestly, it is the biggest reason why I have questions about Jordan Love.
Beautiful sunset tonight, by the way.
It
Not
is,
quite
it
after
is,
dark yet.
It is gorgeous out there. But that is the biggest reason why I have concerns about Jordan Love because, and not of him being a capable NFL quarterback, I still think he is a rebound, as I described him as for Packer fans, and he's a bridge QB. But you're always going to have an eye on, like, who's really going to be our quarterback. Like, you're dating Jordan Love. We did the Love-O-Meter yesterday. You're dating Jordan Love, but you're always looking for the actual next step to the one you want to marry. You're just like, I'll just be with Jordan Love so I have something to enjoy on Sundays, but otherwise, like, I want something better here. And I think that's what Jordan Love is going to be as a quarterback, a bridge QB. And the main part of it is, and you can describe what level of bridge QB. Is that Mitch Trubisky? Is that Jimmy G? Is that Ryan Tannehill? Alex Smith? But all
Marcus
those guys,
Mariota.
Marcus Mariota, Mariota's a good count for him, too.
Yeah.
They've all been looking to be replaced at some point. And it's mainly because if he was elite, and I'm not even getting bogged down in the stats of it, but if he was elite, which I think is off the table, the ball would get in the end zone a few more times. It just would. And this fact that they settle for field goals, that this offense seems to do fine, and I actually predicted this was going to happen, that they would struggle inside the 20s. Like, inside the red
not
zone.
really settling for field goals either. They're going for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2 quite
true.
a bit as well.
So like, that keeps their scoring down. But the fact that, look, we talked about it. You played the Rams at home with a backup quarterback. The Rams give up 23 points a game. You scored 20, and one of those was late. And I just think I understand wanting to be able to enjoy the games, but I think it's better as a sports fan to be able to take a second and just say, you know what? This team is pacing to be, if you just broke it out, and obviously this is a game short, 6-10. And if you just look at them as a 6-10 football team, I think you don't ride that roller coaster. But Alex, are you concerned at all about Love? We did the Love-O-Meter yesterday, and it's honestly been changed to Love Less Meter because he's kind of moved past the point of like really being excited about him. But where are you at with him? Where are you at with this offense? I'm not writing him off as a capable NFL starter, but I am writing him off as like he's not going to be the next franchise guy.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you for the most part, unfortunately. Like, I really still don't have a great read on him, at least on his ceiling. But
you sound like Jordan Love going through his progression.
How old were both of you? Right. How old were both of you?
Don't have a great read on this.
When Rodgers came around?
I was like 11, I think.
Okay, so you watched.
I was 17.
Okay, so I mean, obviously you weren't like. Well, you might have because you're a radio dork, but like you weren't watching things with like a sportscaster's eye. But there was more pop.
I'm still not watching things.
No,
with
you're
sports
true.
Well, that part we know. Yeah.
But even as a fan, there was just more. Just general electricity watching Aaron Rodgers play football.
For sure. I think there was more excitement, but also, and I hate to make excuses for him.
But I'm not. Wait, hold on a second. I don't mean excitement about like buzz around Rodgers. I mean like as a Bears fan, I was like, oh God, this guy looks like the balls.
Was that like 09 or was that right in 08?
In 08, as the year went along, you saw the ball, just things he would do just didn't seem normal, and there was a zip out of it, and it kind of just.
I mean, 4,000 yards.
No, I didn't think he was going to be. I did not think he was going to be this great, but I was all of a sudden worried about like, oh no, they might have like a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback.
It took like a season or two before I was like, he might be better than Brett Favre.
Well,
because at the time you were like, Brett Favre's like basically the pinnacle.
Right. So I don't mean like buzz around him. I mean like you just watch them play and there just seemed to be like when you watch Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, there is an eye test thing for some of these quarterbacks. Immediately you're like, oh, like that guy just has it.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like when you see the one.
Right.
It's like, all right, she has it.
Soulmate.
Yes, sure. Matt Hamilton, big believer in soulmates, in case Jen Hamilton is listening. But, Alex, back to the Jordan Love thing. I mean, what are you seeing that – I'll ask you this. What does he do well?
Yeah, I can't sit here and tell you anything confidently, which is an issue.
stays poised.
I feel
when
the same.
things
I feel
don't
the
go
same
his
way
way,
about the entire
he stays
Wisconsin football
poised,
team.
and I think that's something he does well.
Neither of them do anything.
I got it worse. I'm a Badger football fan. I'm a Bears football fan, and I watch the Packers every Sunday. I'm really kind of hating myself. And like,
He used to be pretty awesome.
The Chiefs are at least they're not even functioning to the level of like what they used to do. Oh, by the way, they brought Matt Nagy back as their offensive coordinator. But 844-770-3776. I'll take your call on that. What does Jordan Love do above average? Because I won't even give you poise. He's got a good poise face, but he honestly reminds me a little bit in Trubisky where he has this. His face is different, but it like the actual expression. But it's more of this like disconnected. I'm not going to give you my panic look face, but my panic look face is that I'm just playing it cool, and like because the way he plays seems panicked, behind on reads, overthrowing balls, underthrowing balls, and the way he
panicked would show me like the fact that he's just always kind of behind on throws. You never see him really throwing stuff super early, so I don't think panic feels like you'd fall on both sides of it. I just don't think he's that quick yet. He hasn't picked up on the offense.
And I'm not saying that he's not. I'm not saying I shouldn't say he's panicked. I'm saying that I would not call him above average in poise. I would say he's average in poise.
All right.
Because I wouldn't chalk that up as an above average skill that he has.
Here's the thing. That's the thing that I think he does the best. If you're not going to give me that, then there's nothing he does above average. Is what you're basically.
And that's what I'm getting at. I think
that's what you're fishing, Jim. You were fishing for an answer from me because you wanted me to say he's not good at anything.
Snack King in ESPN Madison. I gotcha.
I got twice today. I'm not going to sit here and say he's not good at anything. I think the poise is pretty good. I do think. Now, do I think he's above average? No, but I think he does have an average pocket presence. His feet are moving quite a bit, but I do feel like he gets around the pocket.
I think those are the same things. Fine, I'll give you this: the overall pocket presence.
Awareness. I take awareness. I think his awareness is slightly better than average.
Okay, I would say it's average.
Or average,
but that's fine.
But I can't really go out and be like arm talent. Not doing that. Accuracy. Can't do that.
I'll tell you what, if he doesn't get out on time, he could just look down and maybe get a great watch from our good friends at Chalmers Jewelers. You can get a ball watch over there. You can treat yourself. You can take some.
You'll always be on time with a great watch.
You will, but you could take some jewelry that's maybe not your style, have it melted down, make something custom that it still kind of holds, so it could be something that's been passed down through generations. And you say, I don't like yellow gold jewelry, but I would for a necklace, but maybe I want it for earrings, or maybe I want to be able to make this for my daughter, and you can take some old jewelry that you inherited, you didn't like the style of it, melt it down and make something custom over there. Take an old engagement ring and make that into a new piece of jewelry. Everything over there is done custom. They have multiple custom jewelers over there. Go to Chalmers Jewelers and find out why they are the best in town. Let's get out to Rob in Madison, 844-770-3776. Rob, what's on your mind?
What's up, guys? Good to hear Strophy on the radio again, too. I never catch up with that Mr. Irrelevant.
Thanks, Rob.
You and me both, Rob.
What's this show?
So, I just love that level-meter and all that. It's just hilarious to me. But the way the team, the coach, and some players are going, you're going to have to switch it to the, STD disease meter because there's going to start being players toxic.
Wow.
All right, Rob.
We'll get Ryan Wollersheim right on that. We'll get a new graphic up for you shortly.
And Rob, next time you call me, just tell me that so I know not to put you on the air. Have a great weekend.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey everyone, Molly Brown here from ESPN Madison. For the best Southwestern food and margaritas in the Madison area, it's always Pasquale's Cantina for me. Whether I'm enjoying my favorite taco salad, their awesome chips and guac, or one of their famous burritos, Pasquale's is the best for authentic Southwestern fare. Plus, they have one of the largest tequila selections around. Visit one of their locations in Verona or Middleton today, or check out their menu and order online at Pasquale'sCantina.com.
Bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pasquale's Cantina.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find. and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Madison athletes seeking elite training need to get started today at Total Athlete Performance. TAP is here to serve and educate the serious athlete with speed, agility, and semi-private training options. Sessions are now available in both Windsor and the new TAP facility inside the Verona Athletic Center. Also access remote training plans anytime, anywhere with the Total Athlete Performance app. Visit tapwisconsin.com for sign-up info, including monthly payment options. That's tapwisconsin.com.
Get your team ready. Registration for Madison School and Community Recreation's Winter Adult Basketball Leagues is now open. Jesse Nelson here. With nearly 200 teams participating, nights are filling up fast. MSCR Adult Basketball Leagues offer fun for every level of player and welcome all participants. Put together a women's, men's, or all-gender team for 8 weeks of play beginning on January 8th. For more information and to register, go to mscrsportsleagues.org.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Before and after every Wisconsin football game, the party rolls on with ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, brewed by Coors Light.
You're coming off a game where you had Ohio State at home, you played a hard-fought game, but there's a level of, wow, we got to win every single game for the rest of the year in order to really have a chance to flirt with that chance to Indy. Sounds like they didn't even have any sort of interest in the world in getting to that game.
ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, before and after every Wisconsin football game on 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Bobby Portis, and I love playing basketball in Milwaukee. When I drive down the lane, I move fast and make sudden moves to drive to the hoop and score. But when I'm behind the wheel in the driving lane, I control my drive. I don't speed or make sudden movements. Speeding and reckless driving are the leading causes of traffic injuries and deaths in Wisconsin. Do what I do. Control your drive. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Wisconsin DOT.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
To midcourt. Rust has it. Lets it go.
Yeah, Ben won. You got 9.
Let's go!
We
are 7-point favorites at home against Illinois. 7! Show me the money!
I got bills I gotta pay, so I'm gonna work every day. I got mouths I gotta feed, so I'm gonna make sure everybody eats. I got bills I gotta pay, so I'm gonna work.
Alex Strofe doesn't know how to work the board here anymore on Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. He's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge. Matt, while we wait for Benny Brust to join the show, it is a good night because I love the vibe at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. It is a good night to go over the Sizzle, Swizzle, and Swirl happy hour at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. We're going to be out there in early December for a show, but the vibes at Ruth's Chris in the holiday season, it's outstanding. Great way to get a gift card. You can, take a significant other out there. You could give a gift card out. The gift of steak, a work meeting. You could have an event out there. Just make sure you say hi to Lee, and then make sure you enjoy the Sizzle, Swizzle, and Swirl happy hour over at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We now have Ben Brust. Alex Strofe was able to figure it out. So, Ben, you are on the phone, but also on camera. Is this why we're doing this?
I guess.
Well, we don't call him Mr. Irrelevant.
There's no doubt his computer is muted. No doubt in my mind.
We don't call Alex Stroff Mr. Irrelevant for nothing. So there's a reason why Primetime produces this show.
I put on headphones. I put on no headphones. I muted my computer. I unmuted my computer. I clicked out of the link, got back in the link, and somehow Stroff is still putting this on me. That's no accountability for Mr. Irrelevant, and I won't stand for that.
All right, so a couple of things here. Number one, I was told by the normal producer, Ryan Wollersheim, everything here is good to go. And so I just assumed everything is good to go.
Haven't you learned anyone who's been trained under Jesse Nelson, you should question everything?
Here's the thing. But you shouldn't question me, because it's not my
Honestly,
fault.
I was wondering if you're turning into Jesse Nelson.
If Ryan was here, it would have been good to go.
How's that supposed to mean?
Well, you're irrelevant like Jesse is on his show. Now you guys are all doing your own things, and like you're kind of around, kind of not.
I'm always around. I work plenty more than you do.
Oh, I doubt that.
That is not true.
I promise you that's true.
Okay.
I'm not playing this game.
But I would say that you definitely work less than Jesse Nelson. That much is for sure. Compared to you, Jesse Nelson is like a rare.
He's here 3.5 hours a day.
Oh, but you're here like an hour and a half a day.
What?
Can we just all in your feelings?
Let's just
we
get
just
into
calm
betting
down
with Brust, right? That's what
all I know is
called?
that one guy, Primetime Wollersheim, was able to get this thing working, and then this guy, Mr. Irrelevant, can't seem to figure out the board.
This is how I did the last 2 days of shows. I called in on the phone and then did the audio,
you look as lost looking
computer.
at the piece of paper as Matt LaFleur does trying to game plan a game.
Oh, that's so brutal, Jim.
All right, well, Stroff.
You going to set us up or what?
Yeah, you going to set us up?
What is this game? I don't know what
it's
I'm
doing. It's called Betting with Brust.
Okay, what do we do here?
We bet with Ben.
Oh, my God.
What sort of dog and pony show are we running right now?
So I give you guys a thing to bet?
There's a button you press. There's more imaging for it.
Imaging for it?
God, see?
Ben's a big deal. We roll out the red carpet when he comes on our show.
Do you? It feels like I'm going in the trash.
Well, right now,
okay,
we got our B team running right now.
Is that wrong?
What's that?
No, that was fine.
All right, give us.
You're not going to set it up? Do you have?
We already did the open.
Okay, I'll lead.
How about you listen to this? You know what?
I'll just lead.
Can I just do 1 second here? I want to give Hunter Vaughn a shout out here because he was supposed to be doing the show today. He pulled me aside on Monday before he got sick and said, "Hey, I haven't produced a show in a while. What do I need to know? What are the ins and outs? What is all this sort of stuff?"
When you're a veteran, you don't have to do that, apparently.
Stroff just shows up.
Yeah.
Just Jordan loving it out here.
All right. What do we do here? So you guys have a lock, is what I'm reading?
Yeah.
Yes.
So do we do that first?
Tell us how we did last week. You don't have to be a radio expert to figure out. Like, I don't know. We probably would review the prior week and then get to the this week.
All right. So I have.
Do you know how to read? It looks like those. It looks like you're struggling to read the
was
paper.
your lock UW 9.5 versus Indiana?
Yes.
Oh, yikes. I thought that was a typo.
No.
That's tough.
That was bad.
So, Jim, 3-4 on the year.
All right.
Did get the group pick right, which is over 6.5 first-half points for Green Bay. Matt, you did not play last week?
Yeah, I thought Chris might have gotten in for me, but I did not play.
All right.
I abstained.
All right, Brust smoked it last week, went 2-0.
Hey, all right.
Nice.
What did he pick?
His lock was under 50.5 points for Kansas City and Miami. And
in Frankfurt, very much it.
8:30
That's
a.m.
right,
kickoff, if I'm not mistaken. Gross. Chris Orr, wrong. LSU minus 3.5 against Alabama. That was wrong.
He's wrong a lot.
But everybody got the group pick right, which was over 6.5 points. First half points for the Green Bay Packers. So overall record 8-5 for Jim, 3-6-1 for Matt. I don't know what I'm looking at. 9-5 for Ben. He's in first place. This is good stuff, guys.
How do I have more picks than Jim?
We might have missed some. We might have had some people
just
miss
one
a day.
more,
and miss
apparently. What is this segment?
I don't know. This is Ryan's
I'm
baby.
taking over. My lock of the week.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Yes, thanks.
Week 10, we're going with Monday Night Football unders in 2023 are 10-1. 10-1, 55-28-1 since 2019. The unders are also hitting at a 61% clip in this season.
Whoa.
So I will take the under in the Broncos-Bills Monday Night Football game under 46.5.
Matt, you got something?
Yeah, I do. I'm just kind of like in awe with Ben's deep dive research. I just kind of look at it and see which one strikes.
Now, let's be honest. He could say anything and be like, oh, yeah, sure. All right.
Yeah,
Great.
no,
Sounds good to us.
I bought everything you said, Ben. That said, I liked the Bills. I think they were getting 6.5. I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to stay away from Ben's game. I'm also a big fan of Indy over the Patriots. Looks like Indy's only given up like 3.5 points here, 2.5 points. So I love the fact that they can win by a field goal, and I'll cover here. So I think Indy over New England is my lock of the week. Minus 2.5 points.
And then I am going to take the under on this pathetic, I think this is the primetime game, Raiders and Jets. And you want to talk about, I called the Broncos versus the Packers a mid-off. This is worse than a mid-off. It is the Raiders and O'Connell and Zach Wilson. Both those teams, especially the Jets, have a pretty good defense.
36.5 points.
Yeah, I'm
we
going
just had to watch the Bears
Wow.
Panthers, and that's a primetime game we
That
got to
is,
watch,
yes.
too.
I'm going to definitely dump that. That is for sure. I would go under on the 36.5.
And 36.5 points. I
Jim,
love
I'm probably going to bet that, by the way, so thank you for that pick.
Yes. It's gross. Initially, I'm like, maybe I'll pick the Raiders, and I'm like, wait, I'm going to go the under on this one. Alex.
What's our group pick?
The Wisconsin Badgers looking to become bowl eligible for the 22nd year in a row.
All right.
They play Northwestern tomorrow. That line has moved from 9.5 to 11.5. The Badgers are favored by 11.5 points. Which side are you on, Ben Brust?
Northwestern. They got some fight in them a little bit. It's not at Ryan Field. I know the Badgers play better against Northwestern at Camp Randall. But as we've learned, we really have done well at Indiana. That didn't work out under Fickle. So why would I trust a team laying 11.5 that hasn't proven they can do this consistently in the Big Ten West? Give me the Northwestern Wildcats. Rawr, rawr, rawr.
You know what? I'm going to be stupid and go with Badgers. I think that line moves a little bit, and I have no insight in this, and I could be completely wrong. Maybe Mordecai plays. He dressed at Indiana, which makes me think he's close. And I think Mordecai, a steady hand, not that he was great. I think he'd make a difference. And I think that's enough with his team. And I think the Badgers defense, they've had a few stupid mistakes against Indiana. I think those don't happen at home against Northwestern. I think it's going to be a game very similar to what Northwestern just played against Iowa. I mean, it really could be a 20-3 game for the Badgers to win, and it could just be gross and quick. At least if it's...
Bet the under on Wisconsin and the Green Bay Packers until further notice.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, I don't hate that take, but I do hate your take on taking Northwestern, Ben. I'm trying to close the gap on you. You're the season leader, but the only way I'm going to have a shot at this is to go opposite. Give me Wisconsin. We're going to win by 12.5 points. Minimum.
We're going to win by 12.5 points.
Yeah, we're going to find a half point in there somewhere. I don't know how, but we'll get it.
And half an extra point.
Does the ball just stick to the upright? Like, how does a half point work?
Yeah, we'll go with that. It gets stuck on the goalpost.
Hey, thanks, Ben. Just like this segment, I bet you liked my performance.
Well, I'll tell you what,
I'm
Alex,
giving you a pass, even though I shouldn't. I'm feeling generous this Friday.
Now, Jim gave the shout out to Hunter Vaughn, but also let's acknowledge I came up to Jim today, and I said, hey, it's a Friday show. What do we have planned? And he said we have pole dancing, which he stole from your former show, Ben, and it made zero mention of
But wait, hold on, though. But what happened? Primetime jumped in and says, I got it all for you. So I guess he did not have it all for you. But, hey, I want to go out on this, that I think I figured out who King Troll House of D is. I think it's a burner account for Alex Strofe. Because King Troll House of D just chimed in during that segment. Alex is better at radio than literally all of you. In 5 years, I can't wait for you to kiss the ring.
Thanks, man.
Nice text, Alex.
Yeah, I definitely had time to send that one off. You're
You
right.
clearly weren't doing anything else this segment, so I feel like you did have the time.
Yeah, we got to give him a break. He's not producer anymore.
He's not relevant. I get it.
He's a
Ben,
podcast
you ever
guy.
need anybody to fill in on your show? I'd rather do it with you than these guys. At least you're nice to me.
You know, we've grown close, but in order to earn opportunities, you got to continue to prove it. And today, depth chart way down.
Take care, Ben. We'll see ya.
Thanks, Ben. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Tired of power outages disrupting your life? Make them a thing of the past by getting a Generac home standby generator from Adams Generators. Adams Generators is the largest and #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. With 24/7 emergency support, our factory-trained technicians are standing by to assist you. Visit adamspower.com/generators to make sure your power always stays on. That's adamspower.com/generators.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Attention value hunters, save on new Black Friday Now deals this week at Fleet Farm. Enjoy 20% off select sizes of our chocolate candies. Get a Food Saver vacuum sealing system for just $69.99. Stay warm and cozy with Mega Warmer 10-packs, 2 for $10. And stock up on softwood fuel pellets, 2 bags for only $11. Save big on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
Former NFL player and Rose Bowl champion Tarek Saleh here for Carbon World Health. Carbon is much more than just another gym. They offer the best recovery in the area. Some of my favorites include red light therapy and cryotherapy. Improve your athletic performance, fitness and training results, speed up muscle recovery and reduce pain, and boost your mood with these simple and non-invasive treatments. Visit Carbon World Health today and ask for the ESPN Recovery Package. That's Carbon World Health.
What does it take to make a diamond? Extreme heat and pressure and about 1 billion years. But you can't wait that long. What do? You go to Goodman's Jewelers. I'm John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers. There's a reason we are the Diamond Store of Madison. Since 1933, we provided outstanding service and selection to our customers, and that in turn has helped to establish countless great memories through the years. Goodman'sJewelers.com, located at 220 State Street, truly a destination worth reaching. Life has its moments, times to remember and share. Make the most of those special occasions by visiting Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street. John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers. We're here to help you make that perfect selection for your memorable moment. When you think of diamonds, you hear about color, cut, clarity, and carat weight. We can help you understand that, but we're equally concerned with earning your trust with the quality of our selection and our service. Goodman'sJewelers.com, in the heart of downtown Madison. Truly a destination worth reaching.
Dash the Dane. That's right, Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company has expanded their delivery offerings with DoorDash. New customers get $5 off your first order of $25 or more. And don't forget, Dash Pass subscribers always receive free delivery. Order delivery today at GreatDanePub.com or on the DoorDash app and get food delivered from the Great Dane closest to you. Downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994.
Madison Computer Works knows using computers is more dangerous than ever. Scammers try to scare you and steal your information or money. Emails try to phish your login and password. Online pop-ups and messages try to trick you, telling you there's something wrong with your computer, even when there's not. Madison Computer Works can protect you from these threats. Our computer care plans help stop the scammers and fix your computer problems. Call 608-231-8000 for the computer support you deserve. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
When I jumped off, I had a bucket full of thoughts.
Rutledge and Hamilton continues live from the Everlight Solar studio.
Yeah, baby.
We are graced by the presence of future radio star Alex Strofe.
Try present.
You have to be on the radio to be a present radio star.
Hey, don't miss Mr. Irrelevant Primetime coming up at 6 o'clock tonight.
Nice.
Live?
No, it's from the episode earlier today with the doggy, Christopher Mad Dog Russo.
I'm going to get into that a little bit later because I wanted to. We had a little lunch with Mad Dog and Alex. And I thought he did a good job of not nerding out because Alex is a nerd.
Oh, I had already nerded out with him. We recorded the podcast prior to lunch.
Yeah, well, I knew that, but I thought you kept yourself. You were trying to show off a little bit. We'll get to that in a minute, though.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you were.
You know,
I know you very well. I know you very well.
For sure, and you do. But I will say, there's no doubt he was stroking your ego because he was like, "What do I lead with?" I can't do a Mad Dog impression. What do I lead with in 30 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Jim, you're the radio host.
Yeah, I know that. I took zero.
It was stroking your ego.
I know.
He's the greatest of all time.
He was, but I was well aware that Mad Dog Russo does not need my insight into what he's going to do for his show, nor was he actually going to take it. So, yes, he was doing the very nice and pleasant and wonderful thing, but I also was very self-aware that this man has no – maybe some of the stuff we're on Madison maybe cared a little bit more about, but for his national show – which he was literally getting calls on breaking news before
from
it actually broke.
High figures in sports.
Yes, before it broke, and then shared it with us and said, use it as background, can't tell it, but by the time we got on the air, the news about Jim Harbaugh broke. But let's get to pole dancing, which is our throwing stones on a Friday.
We asked, and you answered.
What?
Coming to the stage, it's pole dancing on Rutledge and Hamilton.
Hey now.
Presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
All right, coming to the stage is Alex Strofe up first. I threw a poll in the field the other night on Twitter, at Alex_Strofe. I was in Target doing some shopping, grabbing a couple of things as I was making a casserole. Shocker, I know. I was making a casserole.
Do you shop for an individual meal at a time?
No, I had things in the house already, and I needed to grab a couple, a cans of soup for the casserole, so I just ran to Target. All Christmas music. I believe this was November 8th, so I just threw in the field.
I voted on this poll.
Did you? I threw in the field. I actually put the wrong date. It says, quote,
I know you
Target
did.
playing.
Because you had me thrown off. My brother's birthday is the 9th, and I'm like, wait, what day is it?
Sorry about that. I said, Christmas music in Target on November 9th. Yay or nay? 79% of people say nay. What say you?
I thought we were supposed to guess what the people said.
Anyway, works?
I
don't think so.
I also said nay because that is too soon. Don't count your chickens or your eggs before don't count your chickens before they hatch. That's what I was looking at. And right now, it ain't Christmas yet. We still got another holiday in between. Don't be what you want to do in your own house is fine, but don't barrage me at Target and these public places, or it's not Christmas season yet. It's Thanksgiving. Give it its due time.
There's a weird take about Christmas music. Do what you want in your own home, but don't put it in my face at Target. I'll say this, that I'm more of a Thanksgiving to Christmas guy. It's basically almost 100%. Always exactly a month or pretty dang close to it.
I totally agree with you.
And there's not enough Christmas music that I'm going to feel like it's stale and I'm not going to feel like I'm missing out in a month's time. I think a month's time of Christmas music is just fine. But
it's too much.
I agree with you. So I'm with both of you. I think it's Thanksgiving. You can start playing it that day. That's fine. But before that, just play. If you need holiday music, just fire up the Thanksgiving song by Adam Sandler and play it over and over again.
We're all on the same page on that one. Let's see if we're all on the same page on this one. Coming to the stage, Kyle Brust in Nortman, weekdays 2 to 4 here on ESPN Madison. They pulled this yesterday. Over 550 votes on this one. Over these next 4 games for the Packers, would you rather see them go 0-4 but Jordan Love play well, or the Packers go 4-0 in spite of Jordan Love? Just a heads up, their next 4 games in order: at Steelers, home against the Chargers, at Lions, home against the Chiefs. So 0-4 but Love plays well, or 4-0 in spite of Love. Which would you rather see? Matt, I want to start with you on this one.
Here's the thing. If we go 0-4 and Love plays well, we're still looking at Love next year. We're just looking at a higher draft pick to complement him. I would rather, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of a Love hater, I'd rather have the Packers win, Love play bad, us realize Love is bad, and try and move forward in the draft next year.
Now, I did reply to this one, and I kind of said, honestly, that the best case scenario is that Love looks bad and you go 0-4.
Right.
Because then you know you ain't got nothing.
Or he looks good and you go 4-0.
Right. But
these middle grounds are tough.
This is football hell. But I would say that in this case, you'd rather have Love look good, because then I think the implied part of the question is then that you feel like you have a guy you can build off of, at least to be someone that you could try to win some football games. Because the Packers are a team that on paper looks like they have talent on defense. And if he plays,
believing Love can do it.
If he plays well, and let's say you go 0-4 and then you end up with the third pick, and you get Marvin Harrison Jr., or the fourth pick and you get a left tackle, like then that could set you up in a position to try to win with Love. So in this scenario, I guess it would be 0-4 with Jordan Love looking good. Because here's the thing: the Packers.
I think I disagree.
The Packers aren't good. Like, they're not a good football team, and they're not going to do anything even if they got to the playoffs. Like, what's the point?
Which one's more likely to get you a new quarterback? Love playing bad and us winning out of spite?
Immediately 4-0 with him looking bad. I think.
But then it's a worse draft pick, right?
Right.
Because I
don't know if they go
I think
quarterback
about
in
the
first round
Packers
regardless.
getting Marvin Harrison Jr., and I'm like, Megatron's
happening.
career all over again.
Not happening.
Well, right, but
They've won 3 games. I just think the Bears are going to get a quarterback and Marv. We'll see what happens after the game of the century.
I forgot what I was watching, that someone was saying that basically this draft is so stacked that even inept franchises like Chicago are going to be in such a position that they can't screw it up.
All right. Encore from KBN here.
All right.
What happens first? Jordan Love gets a contract extension with the Packers, or Aaron Rodgers returns to the field from his Achilles injury. 86% of people say Rodgers returning.
Yeah.
100%.
Now, the wild card here is I think the Jets are going to kind of wobble, and he's not going to come back if they don't have a chance to do anything. But
I think he will, just because he's that guy, just to say he did.
There's a chance of that, but regardless, I don't think the Packers. I don't think the Packers are going to see enough out of Jordan Love to feel like they have to extend him. They signed him. Let's be honest. You look at this with clear eyes. They signed Jordan Love to a backup quarterback contract, which shows you their belief in him. Now, I think they'd be be happy to be surprised by Jordan Love playing really well. But I think Jordan Love's going to be somewhere at this sort of level, ups and downs the rest of the year, inconsistent. And I think they're not going to feel like they have to extend an offer to him. So I think that he'll go into next year, at least a couple games, without a new contract.
Next to the Packers.
Last one for you, fellas, from Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon here on ESPN Madison. Do you believe former Brewers manager Craig Counsell will, at any point, take the train from Milwaukee to Chicago? Will Craig Counsell ever take the train from Milwaukee to Chicago? Kind of a good poll. 66% say no, 34% say yes.
I guess my one question is, why did this come up? Did he?
Because I was filling in yesterday for Jesse Nelson, and Tausch was convinced that the easiest way to get from Milwaukee to Chicago is via train, and Jason agreed with them, but me and Jesse both were on the team of, like, the guy is making $40 million. He'll PJ or helicopter or whatever. Or get a driver. I just don't think the train.
Yeah, I also don't think
it's probably the quickest option, but it's just weird to me.
But also, he's 100% going to have, like, a home. Like, it'll be like he's not coming back to Milwaukee. Like, he's going to have a place in Chicago. You can't go back and forth. You're going to burn yourself out.
No, I agree.
So, like, the few times.
At any point.
But that's my point. That if this was a daily commute, yes. But with the sporadic times he's actually going to come back to Milwaukee to be and then get down to Chicago, no chance. I would buy it more if he said he was trying to commute every day. But if he's not commuting every day, yeah, he can get down there just fine.
Nobody lands
the Cubs, it's probably written into his contract.
Nobody lands a contract like that and decides, I'm going to take public transportation. He's probably going to go to Simden Chevy and get himself a big blue truck. Say, like I'm talking like Cubs blue.
There you go.
Red trim. And he's going to be a happy camper driving his new big truck down to Chicago every so often. There's no way he's taking the train. That's crazy talk.
I mean, I tend to agree.
That's so crazy.
Tauscher, but hold on,
is going nuts.
I want to bring you into the mind of the Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher for 1 second.
Goodness,
because I think he thought it'd be hilarious if Craig Counsell, after a 13-inning game at like 11:40 p.m., hops on the Amtrak, still in full uniform and cleats, wearing his baseball cap, and is taking the 90-minute train ride up to Milwaukee. I just think it's a funny visual.
Yeah, it's a funny visual. It's funny because it's something that will never, ever happen.
You haven't laughed.
Yeah, well, I guess it's not that funny.
It is definitely a funny visual, but it would be like an SNL skit. So,
Yeah.
like it's so out of pocket, insane. But I do think it would be a funny skit. The visual is
It's like
funny.
a bit. It's like, what are you doing on
Right.
this terrain?
Right.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like
First of
someone.
all, I would, if I was Craig Counsell, I would not take public transport in Milwaukee for a little bit. I'd let everything cool down a little bit. Because right now, you're the biggest villain in Milwaukee.
Do you actually think that people would be mean or rude to Counsell in
The people
person?
that recognized him,
No,
maybe.
we talked about that yesterday as well.
I don't think they'd be rude in
Like
person.
Jesse
but-
Nelson's out here calling him spineless, but there's no way he says that to his face.
Yeah.
No way.
I agree.
No way.
Nor should you. I am not encouraging that. Like, just be a normal
about-
person.
Yeah, remember,
somebody-
he's a professional
Did
athlete.
you see
or
somebody
was.
spray painted ass, the word
I
ass on
did,
Craig
yes.
Counsell Park in Whitefish Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think there's better insults to spray paint.
Yeah. You could have done sell out. Like, you literally could have been Craig Counsell out. Craig Counsell, he's a sellout. Goes to the Cubs.
Oh,
Count
that's
sellout.
clever. You're a clever guy, Jimmy.
Sometimes. All right, this is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Sip on a sweet Cider Boys hard seltzer this crisp November. Cider Boys is sure to refresh your fall with their new Island Variety Pack, consisting of zesty mango tango, cool tiki colada, savory blueberry wild, and tasty tropical wave. This mix will be your escape from cold Wisconsin weather. A fruit cider with 5% alcohol by volume and with 40% less calories and sugar. Grab a limited release combination of all flavors from the past seasons with Cider Boys Island Variety Pack. Enjoy it responsibly.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday. This month at 4:45, you have a chance to win a case of Cider Boys Island Mix. Jim Rutledge here. Cider Boys offers a refreshing twist this fall with a taste of tropical escape. Take a trip to the islands with Cider Boys Island Mix Pack. And tune in to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday at 4:45 for your chance to win a case of this delicious hard cider. Enjoy responsibly.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Ancestry makes the perfect gift to give people because it literally blew my mind.
It's literally like you're giving them something that they would have no knowledge of.
Which is very important because for us to basically be able to find our missing family or to see my indigenous heritage confirmed inside there. It's one gift, but it's so many different things.
Show someone where they came from this holiday season with Ancestry DNA. Now on sale at Ancestry.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
They say there's a first time for everything. And this November proves it. It's the first time all 30 are all in 6 groups, where 8 teams advance
These teams have all the star power
to conquer a brand new bracket.
This is
must-see TV in the new NBA Cup. So the question is, who's going to be the first to take it? It's in-season tournament time. November 3rd through December 9th. Presented by State Farm.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about 2 things. Getting ready for company with the Samsung Family Hub Plus refrigerator. And football. That's right, Kirk Herbstreit. Search for recipes, check out scores, or even stream the game to the screen at the same time, so you never miss a second of the action. Which means you can make your famous buffalo chicken dip and have more time for football. For football. Upgrade your Saturday with Samsung and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Do more together this holiday in a new Chevy. Take on more adventure in the strong and capable Chevy Silverado. More confidence in the Chevy Equinox, winner of the J.D. Power Award for initial quality among compact SUVs 2 years running. And more value in the all-new Chevy Trax with an available 11-inch diagonal touchscreen. Bring the holidays together in a new Chevy. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today. For J.D. Power 2023 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Madison area residents, Ridgetop Exteriors is offering free 101-point inspections for roofing, siding, windows, and gutters due to recent high winds and hail in your area. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today before winter weather sets in or visit ridgetopexteriors.com. That's ridgetopexteriors.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
They dance above me as I sing. I see them through a crystal haze. And hear their sweet sound bouncing round.
Are we going to acknowledge that Alex Strofe is not back in the studio? There he is.
Hey! Nice of you to join us, Alex.
I've been here the whole time. What the hell are you talking about?
So, pulling back the curtain here, Alex Strofe kind of, would you say forgot? Or would you say wasn't informed?
Or would you say you're like one of those young pass catchers on the Packers and just kind of dropped the ball?
No. Just overbooked. I had a busy day today.
So, Mr. Irrelevant
We've got a little bit of a Matt was so kind, great teammate, brought COVID into the office.
Yes.
Wiped out two people I'm filling
You just
in for.
doxed him, though. I never revealed he had COVID. I was not my news to share.
Yeah, you kind of just doxed me, so I don't appreciate that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But second of all,
You want me to dump it?
I was gone. Never mind. Sick illness is going
He's not
around
going to
right now.
dox
This is the time of
true
year.
patient zero for this round of
This
COVID.
is just that time of year.
So I'm filling in for multiple people. Had a lot of things on the schedule today.
Yeah.
And just never had time to get to
I'll
it.
tell you what.
God, throw me under the bus
good
like
thing
that.
his show is Mr. Irrelevant, not Mr. Accountability, because that would be a
Oh,
lie.
well, that would be a lie.
So, anyways, you somehow forgot or whatever that your show, taped version of the show earlier today, needs to run at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's good to go.
So
I've
you've been
been
sprinting
wrapping it
back
up.
and forth during every single
Yeah.
commercial break trying to put it all together.
Like he's almost out of breath right now, and it's like a 10-foot walk.
I'm not out of breath.
You came
I'm
back
in great
in
shape.
rushing,
We already went
bro.
over this. I am the epitome of masculinity and good shape, good fitness. It's me.
You rival Wollersheim as far as which person in the office could actually imitate a T in the T-ball in real life, like the actual T.
Or the bat.
That is
Or
a
the bat.
hilarious visual.
Yeah, you could be the T in prime time
Well,
to
he
be the
could
bat.
be the bat.
Yeah. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. He's Hamilton, I'm Rutledge, and Mr. Irrelevant is coming up next, and you had Mad Dog Russo on the show today.
Yeah, I did. We talked about gummies. We talked about the 1960s
Oh, yeah.
Packers and his fascination with Bob Skoronski and Vince Lombardi, which I think is just hilarious because I was 38 years unborn when that was going down. So, obviously,
Did you? How'd you
generational
do? How'd you fare with some of the old school Packer references?
I'm pretty good. I know a little bit of my history. Not
So
super
you're
well.
able to put context clues and BS your way through a sports thing, but just not
life.
Not life. Gotcha.
Well, why is that surprising to you?
I'm still trying to figure you out a little bit here.
I just think we haven't been working together as much, you and I. And
Yes.
I think maybe you've just forgotten some things.
I do want to.
You saw me every day for 2+ years.
That is very true. I would like to point out, I do think it's funny how people, or maybe I'm misjudging our friendships here, people think that, like, we're not friends with Alex.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They think you're serious, which you're not.
Right. Like, I would like to point out, as King Trollhouse D champion, like, I hope Alex, well, we're not going to kiss his ring, like, that's really aggressive.
Honestly,
I hope
if-
Alex
if
does really
Alex
well.
presented a ring for like a WBA award that he got, and he made his own ring for it.
That's actually a brilliant idea.
Yeah, if you go out and get yourself a custom ring from Chalmers Jewelers that just says WBA Champ of the World, yeah. you better believe I'll kiss
You gotta
that
have the
ring.
ability to keep on adding them in there, though. So, like, one time,
2022 WBA play-by-play large market.
No,
of the
just
year.
have like diamonds, and each
Yeah.
new diamond
Yeah.
is the new year.
There you go.
So you could have one ring, but then just start racking them up.
So, how.
I'll kiss the ring, Strovie. If
So
you get a
pull-
ring, I'll kiss it.
So pulling back again, so you can. This is available Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, any of those great places. And I'm assuming, but I would say, like, with Mad Dog, what was your? Were you nervous at all? What was your vibe beforehand?
I would have been nervous.
So I had to go get down and get them. So it was Colin Russo, our friend from ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, which I don't know if we've ever spelled this out
Who
on the air.
can't
That's his
get
dad.
into the office on
No,
his
he
own?
can. He just forgot his badge. So his parents were both in town.
Hot start.
I think it's a parents' weekend. So I went down. I was like, I wonder how this is going to go. Is he as animated as always?
Yeah.
So I walked down. I see Colin kind of like slugging. And I'm like, hey, buddy, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, like a bat out of hell, his pops runs through the door. He goes, Alex, Christopher Russo, great to meet you. And then we were shooting the breeze up the elevator, and then he walks into the office and just starts holding court. He talks to everybody about Colin as a baby.
Yeah.
The time he was in a MetLife's parking lot begging to go home before the game started at 5 years old. The time he burned his legs in the bath because he was distracted by golf. He's just holding court telling us these stories. So that was all good then.
So, I'll be honest. So tomorrow I'm going to the game, and I'm sitting next to the Russos.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, a little bit. And I was a little nervous going out to lunch as well.
They're great.
They are. It's not nervous like they're not great people and fun to be around.
But he's a big deal.
Right. And that's not like I even grew up listening, but I know who. There's a documentary, a 30 for 30, and he's in it.
We do not say this as a joke. He is the greatest sports radio host of all time.
Absolutely.
And I went to walk in, right? And I've got the show to do. We're starting 15 minutes early because we got brust. And he comes out doing his show, and thank goodness he had no idea who I was.
You want to talk about blowing smoke?
Which is great. And I was just like, hey, nice to meet you. And then Tommy goes, oh, that's our Olympic gold medalist, Matt Hamilton. He's like, oh, that's amazing. Have a great show. So much to talk about. Jim Harbaugh, what a joke. Have a great show. And then goes back in the studio, and that's what I'm left with. It was wild. It was so crazy. I just didn't know how to process it. All I knew is I needed to have a good show today.
How'd you think you did? Did you live up to it?
No. That was so much energy.
So how would you grade everyone at lunch with Mad Dog Russo? A duel, one of our marketing consultants, he gets an F. He gets an F. Just
Didn't say
nothing.
a word.
Then I forgot he was there.
Our boss, Tom, I'd give him like a B.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm going to give him an A+. He paid for lunch. Jesse was the fanboy.
Yes.
He laughed at every word Chris said.
But Jesse is a laugher.
I give who is it just us left?
I would probably laugh.
Yeah, because it's the Russo family.
I would
otherwise,
say you and I both did pretty well.
I agree,
We maintained conversation. We didn't kiss his ass too much.
you came in hot a little bit, and I was like, I wonder where this was going. But then you brought it down a little bit.
I was just going after Colin, but that's nothing new.
I know. It just I agree. It just felt like you were like at an 11 instead of a 10. Like he's usually at a 10, and then you brought it back down. Like seemed like you're going a little extra, Colin. I was like, okay,
A- for stroke.
But then you pulled it back in, so I give him an A. Like it literally was like a little bit of. But you also just did your show. So there's that high of doing a radio show. Yeah, so there's that part of it, too.
Podcast, remember?
Yeah. What's it called?
Where's the button? Where's the button?
The story of Alex Stroh's life.
It's called Mr. Irrelevant. Available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Mr. Relevant. Also, coming up next, sneak preview of today's conversation with Mad Dog Russo.
All right. Thanks for Alex joining the show. A throwback show.
Thanks, Alex.
Matt Hamilton in studio as well. Oh, my God. It's been Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.